Chicago.
Chi-town.
Been winning a lot lately.
Yep.
Feels good.
We won over the previous champions.
So
the
winning a lot lately means like the last two games.
Lost the
we
LA
are
Kings. The
5-3-1 to start the year, which is more than we. I think it took us till like mid-December to get 5 wins last year, probably.
Philadelphia Flyers. Who won the cup last year?
Washington Capitals.
The Washington Capitals. I knew that was my third guess.
We beat them, and we beat Nashville, who won the President's Trophy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm just doing the Discord announcement here.
It's fucking good. Good start. This is the time I'll remember when the wheels fall off this fucking thing sometime during the year.
Yeah. This is that
Fuck.
one.
The
We'll
end
all
of
look back to
October,
it.
though. 'Cause we were fucking killing it.
I also played Red Dead 1 this week too.
That game's okay.
How's that hold up?
Yeah, it's
It does not hold up.
No, it doesn't hold,
Well-
doesn't hold up great. It's not terrible, but it's kind of a bad game. It's kind of just one mission over and over and over. It's kind of just ride to a place, shoot a man,
It's like 5
ride
missions.
back.
Like it's all like every character. Like there's the different letters that are the different characters, and it feels like all those characters have the exact same mission
Yeah,
over
totally.
and over again.
And
I like the guy who you like take into town so he can fucking hawk his fucking fake medicine.
Yeah,
And
Nigel
then-
West Dickens.
And then you just wait for them to find him out, and then he's like, "They found me out," and then you have to kill everyone in the town.
Mr. Marston, we have to leave. I like when you help him do the whole gimmick. He's like, "You
Oh, yeah.
person
Yeah.
I've never met, come up here."
Yeah, and then you like drink some of it, and then you have to use your like dead eye to shoot balls out of the air. See, anyone can do it with a little drink of Nigel Dickens elixir.
Yes, I believe it's Dickensian's the Dickensian revitalizing tonic.
Ah, yes.
I believe was the one we were hawking that day. I hope I see him in this game.
That'd be pretty funny.
What was? I feel like I'm gonna miss out a lot of the callbacks or call forwards or whatever because, like, yeah, we met John Marston.
Yeah.
Did you guys know it was gonna be John Marston that we rescued from the mountaintop?
Yeah, because they're like, I need you to go get John. Arthur, go get John. He's out. Go
To
find him
me, it was
over
just
here.
a guy named John.
Oh.
And then when he calls out, "Hey, Marston," I'm like, "Oh,
Or no, because
that
Abigail
guy.
sends you or something. His wife, I guess if you hadn't played the first game recently, okay. Although she's not his wife at this point. They're just
How old's that kid?
What's
in this one?
known?
Can you tell?
what's
4 years
known?
old?
What's known in if you were to have played? It doesn't matter.
I don't think
kinda wanna-
I don't think there's going to be a ton of call forwards. I think you need to know that eventually.
It goes sideways between the two.
Yeah,
There's
what's the
good-
guy's name?
There's a good amount.
Not
Leader of the
yeah,
pack.
the
Dutch.
leader. Dutch.
Dutch.
Apparently, like eventually, something has to go south with Dutch to really divide him and Marston, at least.
You meet a lot of characters from the first game. That if you didn't see them in the first game, like they're explained who they are,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh, okay. But if you know them from the first game, you're like, oh,
I killed that man.
oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna. I feel like I'm
Oh.
gonna miss out on. You didn't play
Killed
the first one.
all
right?
these.
I wouldn't have
motherfuckers.
even known who this John Marston's guy
Oh,
is.
there you go. John Marston's
Oh,
the
yeah.
hero of the first
Guy
game.
from the first game.
Marston.
It's good to know.
Marston.
And apparently, this is how he gets his scratches on his face.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got scratches on his face.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
He's a very kind man.
It happens within the first
He's
2
a very,
hours. So
he's a very dumb man.
Marston?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very naive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they really paint him through the lens of Red Dead 2. You're like, oh, he is a stupid idiot
Yeah.
in Red Dead 1. What a moron. He's a little low intelligence.
Sure.
Everybody comments on it.
He just wants the simple life. He just wants to be a farmer.
Yeah. I don't know. They keep talking about him like he's dumb, but he hasn't done anything dumb yet. He's
Well,
like,
I
"Why,
never-
even you could think your way out of that one, eh, Marston?" And he's like, what? Oh, yep. Yeah, fuck you, John. Idiot.
I'm coming for you guys later.
Well, why don't we start the show and we can talk about all
Yeah.
this Red Dead stuff on the show, shall
yeah, I have some questions.
we? Yeah, ask me anything.
Takes. Get your takes ready.
Almost anything.
Everyone arm your takes.
My take is that
Put
I
on
don't
your
know
oven
anything
mitts.
about this game.
Start
Good.
heating up your
Good.
take.
That's,
on your-
that would
put on
be
your
peak
oven mitts.
ignorance. I
We
expect peak ignorance from you.
That's a good visual gag.
stupid. I don't like cowboys. I don't like horses. I don't like dust.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh, fuck you if
You
you
need to
will.
stop
You
the
don't
game
like
for you.
dust.
We're done.
All right, let's do it. Let me just wet my whistle. Coca-Cola and Red Dead has cocaine in it. I don't know if that existed at that time. Welcome to the show. It's Monday, October the 29th, 2018, the 247th edition of the Talking Reckless podcast. My name's Matt Eads. Kevin Byer is pensively looking around the room.
Just thinking about cocaine and Coca-Cola.
Okay, yeah. Cocaine cola is what we used to call it for longsies.
Classic has cocaine.
Classic.
I don't think
yeah.
that's true.
Nah, got me again.
Oliver Aguilar is here as well. Oliver, what does have cocaine?
Colombians.
Okay. Well played.
Good answer.
Brandon Lynch is here.
If Red Dead wins Game of the Year, I quit the show.
Oh, fuck. Okay, never mind. Brandon Lynch not here. We'll edit that part out. Yeah, it's... Okay, let's just off the top. Red Dead has come out.
All things Red Dead.
It is the biggest game in the world. Well, I mean, Fortnite is still out there. It is the second biggest game in the world right now.
The
And,
most game.
The most game. And we're going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about spoilers. We won't do any of that shit. But we will be talking about systems and gameplay and the opening minutes of the game and that type of thing. So just a heads up. And also, join me on talkingreckless.com/live where I stream full-time every day. And my last announcement is, sorry for missing last week, scheduling conflicts and slow ass news week combined with scheduling issues. It was like, let's just maybe
Just put it under the rug.
yeah, we'll take a week off.
Hit it with a bat.
Exactly. Collect ourselves.
Stops moving.
Breathe deep. Crouch down so that here on 247 we can jump even
right.
higher.
That's right. Your spring load for
That's
the Red
right.
Dead Redemption 2.
I think that was like straight out of that Sony press release we read on the show 2 weeks ago.
That's a good press release.
Yeah.
Stayed with us.
Red Dead, gentlemen, I've played it. Let's talk about it.
You're what, 20 hours in?
Yeah, I'm coming up on 30 now.
You playing that on the stream?
Yeah.
That is the newest game I think I've ever seen you play on the stream.
All Day Friday. Yeah, we played it. Came out. It's bad. Like
It is bad.
But playing brand new games on the stream is bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole
That's what
nother
you're referring to.
whole nother conversation. We'll talk about that. Yeah, I'm about 30 hours in.
Okay.
Coming up on 30.
Get that platinum?
Not yet. I'm
Okay.
working on it.
Good.
I will say for the folks at home, I have just learned how to fish.
Oh, shit.
So if you at home are keeping track of, because like I spent a lot of time just dicking around, so everyone's going to be
say.
at different spots in the story and everything.
As a fishing enthusiast, this is disappointing to hear that you don't learn this until 30 hours
Yeah,
in.
exactly. I want a beeline for that fishing quest.
Yeah, I just learned how to fish. So
It's good that you told me because I would have been wandering around like the starting area at the very beginning being like, well, where's the fishing?
that's what I did too. I went and looked at like in shops for fishing rods, and I tried shooting my bow at fish and like trying to lasso them and all sorts of shit. No, you play through the story and eventually you'll get a fishing rod as one of the missions.
That's like Pokemon.
Exactly like Pokemon.
Gotcha.
So that's where I am for context, folks at home. Not super far
Okay.
in the grand scheme of things. It seems like
This is a very, very big game then.
yeah. It seems like you're kind of moving around your base of operations is kind of floating around the map, and mine has not moved at all yet. But I've seen spots where it can move, so I'm pretty early.
Gotcha. As a viewing the overworld map, have you been able to get a sense of how much of that is filled?
Maybe 15%.
Okay.
Maybe.
Jesus Christ.
I heard it was really big.
Maybe I just won't play the game. Can you hear like the PlayStation music?
Yeah. Do I hear something?
Yeah, the
I hear
PlayStation's
something.
going.
Oh, is
Okay.
that what that is?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because I'm installing Red Dead
Oh.
as we
Does
speak.
someone want to bounce over and turn the TV off or down so we don't hear? Sorry. It's
This stream is sponsored by PlayStation.
well, yeah. I thought I was losing my mind. So I was.
I thought I was too.
So
And then
30
as soon
hours-
as I saw you take the one headset off, I was like, oh, it's not in my head.
30 hours, how much of
Yeah.
that is like mainline story that you've seen, that you've...
Not a ton.
Experience.
My progress counter says 18%, and I think that counts just story maybe. I don't know. Not a ton. I've spent a lot of time just like riding around, hunting, fishing, playing poker, looking for liar's dice, but not finding liar's dice. Fuck, I hope liar's dice are in there.
Those just loaded dice?
No, it's a game. It's a game where you never
You
played Liar's
watch,
Dice.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
We should play Liar's Dice
Yeah.
for real sometime.
You know that
it's a
dice
lot
game
like
they're
poker.
playing on the ship?
Sort of.
And
I
they're like
recall.
bluffing on how many dice they have under the cup?
Okay, yeah.
That's Liar's Dice.
Just like that. Yeah.
Great.
It's exactly like poker, but with dice. And I don't know if they're in there, but I heard a character in my camp be like, I sure would love to play liar's dice. I'm like, fuck, me too.
That's a mean thing to
yeah,
say.
let's go.
Yeah, they're probably
If
just
there's no
fucking with
liars
you.
there.
Let's go. Maybe we got to go to Mexico to get him or something. I've also played Red Dead 1 in the last week, too. So I am fresh on that story. Red Dead 1
Catch
doesn't
me
hold
up.
up great. Okay, the story of Red Dead Redemption starts with John Marston.
Yes.
Marston.
T.
Not Marsden. That's
say
James Marsden.
You'll say Marsden the longer we go, though.
It's
here.
true.
Yeah.
It's true. Marston. He has been kind of the Pinkertons, the Pinkerton Detective Agency, the Federales are putting the screws to him. They have his son and his wife, and they say, go find your old gang members. We want Bill Williamson. We want Javier Escuela. We want Dutch.
These are all kind of names I recognize.
Yeah, Dutch. Oh, shit. I'm embarrassed. I can't do the last one. Vanderland? The Vanderland gang? Yeah, I think it might be Dutch Vanderland. And you find them, we'll give you your wife and your son back. You can and you're free to go. We'll absolve you of your crimes, of which there are many, and you'll be okay.
The government has your family?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not revealed right at the beginning. And it's kind of a string you along thing, right? Like
Yeah,
it's kind of
totally.
like you deal with this one problem and be like, look, we're gonna need you to maybe deal with
Yeah,
this, and you're like, I did your busy work, and they're like, well,
not yet, Mr.
be a shame if
Marston.
your fucking kid ended up in a fucking river somewhere,
Yeah.
as the government do.
And so he gets sent out to get those three guys. John Marston's a fucking idiot, and I guess he's not that dumb because he knows where Bill Williamson is. He's the first one he's gonna go get. John Marston rolls up to Fort Mercer. I think maybe is that the name of the fort?
Fort Mercer is
Okay,
the first one, yeah.
Roll up to Fort Mercer, and he's like, Bill, you come out here right now! And Bill fucking just shoots him. Just shoots him right there, leaves him for dead, because John Marston is super stupid.
Well, that's the proper way of dealing with that type of stuff.
Yeah,
in
I
real
suppose.
life.
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah. And then a lady saves him, Bonnie McFarlane saves him, raises him back to health, and they ranch for
And
a
they
while.
ranch, yeah. I've
They-
actually played this part.
Yeah, they
Rec-
ranch.
Recognize
I mean, they
this.
don't do any real ranching,
No,
Oh.
there's no real ranching gets
disappointing.
done.
sex with cows.
That's true, yeah.
Is that what
Was
that is?
implicit there.
No. You team up with a crazy cast. Nigel West Dickens, he's the snake oil salesman, the curly mustache and the top hat. I forget the grave digger's name.
Yeah, he was great. What
Cookie
was his
or
name?
whatever.
And there's
shit,
the
it starts
Irish
with an S.
drunk too.
Yeah, his name is just Irish.
Makes sense.
Chupa fucking Rosa.
Yeah.
Anyways, you team up with this cast of crazy characters to get into Fort Mercer. That you get in, I can't remember if you kill Bill or you capture him. I don't know. You deal with him.
You deal with
I think
Bill.
you just kill him.
I
Maybe.
think you capture him. You lasso him. You capture him. You put him in the cage, the prison for a while, and then I think you kill him at the end of that whole sequence.
Something like that. Anyways, you get Bill, and then they say, okay, now you got to go after, or he, anyways, John goes back to the government guys and says, like, all right, it's done. Give me my kid and my wife. Say, up. We said the entire gang. Go get Javier Escuela. He's in Mexico. Then you ride your ass to Mexico, get Javier. And then they say, oh, we found Dutch. He's here. And then you ride your ass to find Dutch, and you do. And you have Dutch at gunpoint. You're like, I'm taking you in, Dutch. And he slowly backs off a cliff and just falls off a cliff and dies.
Did you see him die? Or
Yeah, oh no, he is dead. You know he's dead because the Pinkerton agent takes your gun and shoots him with it for the forensics.
Okay.
The old 1900 forensics. Like, it looks better on the report if your gun did it.
Yeah.
And then
It's so simple back then.
It's true. It's true. So, but like, we're cutting through a lot of bullshit, obviously, but this whole time is literally just people being like, John, I need you to do this for me. I swear I'm going to help you. I know I fucked you over 10 times before, but I swear this time, John, this time we're
You
going to
get
do it.
frustrated as the player far before Marsden seems to give a shit about what's happening.
And so it's constantly being betrayed by everyone. Double, triple, quadruple betrayed by everyone all the time. He turns in his gang. The government guys give him his family back. You go and like do some farming shit for a while. Start your own ranch. You got to go buy cows from Bonnie and all this. And then the government show up and they show up to kill you and your family. And you send your family out and they kill you, John Marston.
It's really cool because you get to take control at the end of the cutscene of John Marston and like kick open the barn door that you're hiding in and just try and like dead eye as many of them as you can.
There's like a
I
line
think
of
I've seen that.
20
Yeah.
and you have 6 shots or whatever.
Yeah, and you like pop off your 6 and then it cuts back to them just unloading into you.
Oh,
And then
shit.
he lies there and just breathes for like a solid 3 minutes of like just like like the it's
rattle breath
gross. And then he dies. And then cut to the epilogue. You play as his son. You go and find Agent Ross, who is a name that may or may not reappear. and you kill Agent Ross and avenge your father as Jack. John and Jack are in this game. John, Jack, and Abigail are all in this game. They're like right off the hop. They are. This is 10 years before Red Dead 2. I think 10 or 11 years. So Jack is like 4 or 5
in Red Dead.
Is he that
Red
kid
Dead 2?
that's in your little camp? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's John
See, I
Marston's
missed
son.
that.
So can we just shoot them?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Change the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, sweet.
I don't. You can't pull your gun out in the camp, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately. But that's the story
That's
of Red
not
Dead.
how it
Yeah.
happened,
That's
Snake.
Oh no, that ain't the way it went down at all.
I've heard of all these pieces come together, and then like even that last epilogue scene where you actually catch up with the lawman as the kid. I hear it's really impactful.
Yeah, it was neat because it was this. The first time he did it was kind of this process of discovery because it's not listed as a main mission.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, this seems fucking real important, whatever's happening. And then you're like, the moment you like realize where the quest line's going, and it's like, oh, fuck, we're going to kill the fucking guy that killed us.
Were
Yeah,
these
it's a good
like
moment.
was this like a post-credit? Like post-credit and then like, hey,
No.
you're free to wander the wasteland.
No,
It does the
they
same
roll
thing.
something.
You don't get the credits, but it does like you're gonna play as Jack now. You can still play like John. Go clean up your side quests, do whatever. And you're just like, okay, this is like just a fun little clean up the map
Yeah.
mode. That's neat.
Yeah, and then you kind of just stumble upon it, and then like you said, it just reveals.
Yeah.
Jack's the worst. Jack is the
Yeah,
fucking
Jack's not
worst.
great.
How old is he at that point?
14? Oh, no,
when he's
he'd be
avenging
14 at the
himself. I think
beginning
he's
of the
19.
game.
We
Yeah.
figured out
Oh,
he's
he's-
19. He's mean to his horse.
Well,
That's not very. Work you damn nag. That's not very nice.
yeah, you got to.
Can you
Work 'em
choose to
like
be
you work 'em.
nice to your horse as this guy, or
As this guy, absolutely, yeah, totally, yeah.
No,
you.
but as Jack.
oh, in the first
Oh,
game
as
you
Jack,
couldn't-
no, he
okay.
just
Yeah,
they
he's in
just
the
say
cutscene,
they
yeah.
just say what they say. Yeah. Ask me anything about Red Dead 2. It is so many systems building the most intricate world.
I was gonna say,
In the-
I hear there's a lot of systems.
Lots.
Yes.
Tell
Tell
me
me
wanna know
about the
Tell me
systems.
how many systems.
Okay.
Do they have a system?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They do. Where should I start? Okay, let's start with Arthur. Let's start with you. You play as Arthur Morgan. Let's start with your cowboy. Your cowboy has 3 stats: health, stamina, deadeye. Those stats have 3 cores. Cores are like if you're hungry, your health core is at half because you're hungry. Core is your state of well-being. It dictates
They
how
have 1 core each?
they have 1 core each.
Gotcha.
Yep. That dictates how fast the meter recharges. So your health is the outside meter. The core dictates how fast it recharges. If you burn through that meter, you'll start to burn through the core. It's like a little bit extra health if you need.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yes. So you're just doing things like
that's a way better explanation
yes,
than I
you're
heard
just,
before.
I know.
Keep your core high. Get your core up there.
Get your core high, yeah. And it's just stuff like
and
there's
don't bottom out your
Engine.
yeah,
ring.
exactly. There's there's coffee in the camp. If you drink the coffee every morning before you leave, it gives you a little bit of deadeye core. You know, you're eating out in the wilderness.
That's horseshit. I was gonna.
No,
I
don't
was,
eat the horse shit. Don't. That's not used
my
for anything.
plan, because I was watching you play a little bit of it on Friday, and I saw you drinking
You
the coffee,
grind coffee?
and I was thinking to myself, if I'm forced to drink the coffee in this game, that's gonna piss me off so bad.
You don't have to drink
right.
the coffee.
You don't have
Yeah, you can get it
Lots-
from
You're
other
losing
places.
out on those. You're losing out on those min-max and stats.
Some people might. So once it's full, and it's not hard to get full. You can also just sleep a full night, and that will fill up your deadeye core. You can also drink gin if you want. Gin fills up deadeye just like coffee.
All right, I'm
It's
on
the same
board then.
drink.
It's the same drink. Yeah, same stats. So you have those 3 things that you're managing, and those will dictate things like if you don't eat enough, your health core is low, and you will become thin. You'll get underweight. If you eat too much, you become fat.
That's visibly apparent?
I think so. It is like defined in the menu. It's like physique, under eating, thin. So I think it must be. My dude has never.
Yeah, like
To wear
try-
so many
I'll try and
goddamn
get-
clothes, it's probably hard to tell.
Yeah, I'll try and get
I
fat.
will get fat.
CJ got fat and like buff depending on what you did.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that stuff, just like CJ, is kind of all in there. As you're running, your running's getting better.
Was your physical appearance kind of did that do that in Grand Theft Auto 5?
No, I don't think it did, because you had the 3 different characters, and they
Yeah.
were all their own thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can change their clothes, but
I
you
remember
couldn't
seeing
get fat or buff.
Franklin for some reason.
I don't
Maybe
think
I'm
so.
making that up.
No, I think you're.
I think that was
That's
CJ.
probably DeviantArt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably CJ.
Fat Franklin.
Fanfic you're checking
saying.
out.
No, it's the fucking turtle.
So these three, you have these three things. You know, your hair grows in real time, your beard grows, all that shit. You can get shaves, you can get haircuts. That stuff is all like how you look is just how people interact with you. So if you're real clean shaven, have a good trim beard, and you're clean, you've had a bath recently, then like ladies in the saloon will be like, "Oh, hey, what do you say you go for a roll in the hay?" type of thing. And people will react with you differently. Some places, I got kicked out of a place because I was too dirty. They asked me to leave.
Okay.
And so I pulled my gun out.
Yes.
And 15 of them all pulled out their guns, and so I put my gun back away. And I sauntered back out.
Fucking with hit the double hand touche and fucking backed out of the...
So, like, you pull out your gun, and then they all pull out your gun, and it's like a standoff?
Yeah, and they gave me, they're like, "You better get the hell out of here." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
We knew you was trouble because you stank.
I'm not ready for what this game is going to be.
Your horse has kind of all those same meters. Your horse has a stamina core and a health core, and same thing. You got to feed your horse. You don't have to feed your horse, but you're encouraged to keep the course healthy. Your horse uses stamina as it runs. Same thing. Horse can get fat, thin. You brush
to, like,
your horse.
Pet it and stuff to get.
If I never fed my horse, would I struggle in this game?
It would probably buck you off. It'd probably be pretty unhappy. I really don't know.
Okay.
I went so I didn't realize you had to feed them until I went into a menu and it was like horse, like physique, thin. And I'm like, "Ooh, what? Wait, hang on. Oh, I got to feed. Sorry, Roach," and started feeding her.
Yeah, give her some apples.
Yeah, she likes oatcakes and apples and chewing tobacco sometimes, which is weird.
That's just cool.
Yeah,
He just wants to be chewing it when you're chewing it.
It seemed like something went wrong. It seemed like something went wrong because you're not. I don't think you're supposed to feed a horse chewing. Anyways,
You weren't alive back then.
yeah. So your horse has all that same stuff, and it's all, you know, how much does your horse like? If your horse is if you and your horse don't have a good bond, sometimes your horse can get agitated and can buck you off. Which, say you're running from the cops and there's bullets flying everywhere and your horse is getting freaked out, that's a real bad time.
So you sort of have to make sure your horse is happy.
Yeah, it's very minimal. Like, I have never once had to go look for horse food. I've just always been like, well, I've had the exact opposite problem where it's like, you should drop some stuff to pick up more ingredients in the world. Like, what?
Drop it in my horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Give it a pat from here.
Yep, you have a
from time to
bonding
time.
level with you and your horse, which is things like just how far can your horse hear you when you whistle. There are a couple tricks.
Your horse can't hear you from anywhere when you whistle.
That's correct.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
That's
That's-
correct.
Yeah.
There is no fast travel in this game. Okay, the point I'm at right now, there is no fast travel. I play
So
a lot
what
of...
if you cannot fast travel?
That's correct.
You have found yourself outside of whistling distance from your horse.
Or your horse dies. Or you're out in the wilderness and your
What the
horse
fuck
dies.
does one do?
You walk your ass to a stable.
Oh.
So if the horse dies, gone.
At, I bet, a snail space.
Yeah, it's bad. Well, actually, usually what you do is you get on a road, and before long, somebody passes you, and you take their
put
horse.
up the thumb. Oh, I see.
Whoa, no. What if you're playing as like the
good
no
man.
the no crime playthrough?
Whitest of white hats.
You always have to do crimes, just like in Mass Effect. You always have to be a Spectre and save the galaxy. But how you go about those crimes, of like, do I just want
you are a good guy. It is just what
Robin Hood versus like Tony Montana kind of.
So it's like
Okay.
you're gonna be stealing from these people.
Yeah.
It's whether or not you just steal from them, or whether or not you murder them and then steal from them.
yeah, exactly,
Right.
exactly.
you can just take someone else's white hat.
Yeah.
And wear that one.
You literally can. Yeah, you have a
I'm
hat.
still good.
You have a hat. Your hat gets knocked off. There's
Yeah.
there's air temperature, and you have warm clothing and not warm clothing.
Oh gosh,
Uh-huh.
really?
Yeah, that. So as far as I know, that stuff. I don't know if that really has an effect. I wore just bad clothing out in the snow, and my guy started coughing and sniffling.
Oh God.
Which maybe if you were like stealthing, people might hear that. Or
This
something,
guy's like a
but-
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, he kind of. Yeah,
Take
kind of.
care of him.
Your guns have to be maintained. That's really nothing more than like they'll get tiny. It's like 10%. If your gun is all the way gone to shit, I think it's like a 10% damage range, like 10% to each stat.
Okay.
Maintaining them is literally opening up a maintain gun menu and pressing a button, and it goes wipe, 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 wipe. Gun's clean, and it's fine to go.
They
How-
won't like be destroyed.
No. And I've actually keep forgetting to do it. So every time I go to a gunsmith, I'll just be like, "Can you clean all these, please? Here's $1 or whatever." Yeah.
How difficult is this game? Is that 10% making a difference at all?
No.
Okay.
It's negligible.
Right.
It's not super like. I feel like in Grand Theft Auto, you can go on these crazy tears, or even in the first Red Dead, and get 5-star tanks, helicopters, 10 million cop cars chasing you, fighting a billion enemies at once. In Red Dead 2, at least where I am right now, it's like Man, if I got like 3 or 4 guys chasing me,
trouble?
I'm in so much trouble.
Yeah, okay.
I'm in so much trouble. Deadeye is really kind of hard to come by between days. Like, it fills up when you sleep or if you drink a lot. So it's not like the first Red Dead, it was like, oh, encounter, Deadeye, and just mow everybody down.
It's kind of dope.
Yeah, this one you got to like save it, be like, oh, I'm only gonna have one shot at this, I gotta use it now, and it feels really good. The gunplay is identical, buttons wise, anyways. It is exactly the same as the first Red Dead. It's got a bit more sway on it, so you're not just like auto aim. You kind of gotta aim it a little bit.
Can I drink enough coffee to make it auto aim? No,
unfortunately,
it does have like a really aggressive auto aim.
Yeah, totally.
Aim.
Just like the first game.
It's just that like you just run the trigger over or run the hair over it and it auto tags them, or do you have to push a button?
It'll be like if you don't have your gun up, if you pull your gun out from your holster, it'll whoosh, lock onto somebody. As soon as you pull left trigger and like pull the gun up, it'll lock onto somebody.
I think he's asking
Just
about
like
the
that
first
first
game. I was talking
Deadeye.
about Deadeye.
Whereas, if you're in Deadeye mode, like, can I just sweep and tag all 3 of you, or do you have to like?
We're back to painting. You paint now. It doesn't like snap like it did before. It doesn't like lock on. Enemy by enemy. Now it's just time freezes and you just paint and like, okay, I want to next there. I want to next there. I want to next there. I want to next there.
And then you only have so long to kind of like do that, because the first time it happened for me, I was like trying to like. Yeah, paint the one dude. And
one
then,
in each limb.
And then I tagged him, and then I went over to here, but then he just started shooting at this guy.
You have that meter, your Deadeye meter.
Okay, I didn't
down.
notice that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I want to turn all that stuff off. Is that
I haven't turned it off. I have
just the display.
Yeah.
I would really recommend turning off the standard like Rockstar compass, which usually shows you like enemy location, vision cone, which way they're facing, shops, roads, everything.
Like the minimap?
Yeah, the minimap shows you fucking everything in Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead. You can turn it to just a compass, which it'll just put like an arrow on it, which is really it's like it'll give you as the crow flies, and it'll give you by the road just on the compass, which is nice. So you can just have that compass and just be like, okay, I gotta take a left here, and you can. That has been my minimal HUD. It turns out that turn the HUD off thing and people give you directions. That's all bullshit. It turns out.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
No, because I think it's the same dialogue. It's just when it's off, people like you just tend to like pay attention more.
Yeah, but the dialogue doesn't change.
It doesn't change at all.
Yeah,
eh?
no. Apparently, you can throw all that HUD to a phone app if you want. I'm gonna try that. I don't think it was out on Friday when I tried. But no way, I would way rather have my map. It's like the Wii tablet. Sit on my lap, have the map down here, and I like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Why'd you just
Arthur
yell
Morgan.
no way at us and start going off on us like that?
Am I yelling at people?
You just said no way.
Oh, I don't know. I'm getting excited, man. It's fucking Red Dead time.
So is there difficulties in this game, or is
I don't
it
think
all
so. I looked
everything's
for
one
them.
difficulty?
I looked for difficulties, didn't find one. There's GTA traditionally doesn't. I don't think, right?
I don't think
No.
No.
And the first Red Dead didn't either. So I don't.
It's not particularly hard even at the end in those games, but
Yeah, it's a huge, crazy sandbox. So those are the basic systems. Those are how you keep your guy alive and how you do shit. And then there's all the standard Red Dead stuff, like all the gambling games. The hunting is quite a bit different now. You are like actually tracking animals by scent, and you have a scent, and there's wind. And
you smell them.
You can see their footprints, but they can smell you.
Gotcha.
And so if the wind is bad, you got to use scent lotion, and there's bait and
Holy fuck.
yeah, the hunting is pretty expanded, but instead of like, I need you to go get me 20 coyote pelts and 10 rabbit pelts and whatever, it's like, go hunt 1 deer. Go get me a deer pelt. So you feel a little better about
where
like,
you are.
well, I can see all the recipes.
I've
Okay.
heard that it's
That's what it is.
it's not like fetch quests.
So you're still out there for like 45 minutes of hunting or whatever, but you're finding a deer. You're tracking a deer instead of 50 deer.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching, and they were asking for legendary deer skins and all. Is there different grades of skins?
Yeah, there are.
So you can do the quest for kill 1 deer, but if you want to upgrade your thing, you still probably have to kill 100 deers.
No, you can see what quality a thing is. You just look at an animal, it's like, oh, that's a 3-star deer.
Oh,
and then the quality of the pelt is dictated on what weapon you use and where you shoot it. And,
Oh, really?
And as you get better at the hunting, it just gives you a little text. It'll be like, shoot him in the head with a rifle for a clean kill. You're like, okay, cool. Shoot him in the heart with a bow for a clean kill. Okay, cool. Use the varmint rifle or whatever. So that stuff's not too bad.
How long does it take to skin an animal?
About 5 or 6 seconds.
Can I skip it?
No. but you're not doing that much of it, so it's not that big of a deal. And also, it is so real and gross that every single time I see it, I kind of go, It is the realest, and obviously it's not real because it's done in about 4 seconds. But it is the realest, like, okay, well, first you start at the neck, and then you slit them all the way down to the navel, and then you work the knife under here, and you peel. It turns out you peel the top of the skin off, and then you cut back here, and then you do the same on the. Like, it's gross. When he gets rabbits, he just fucking rips them in half.
Yeah,
literally just rips them in half.
Yeah.
That's probably a good sound.
Those 100-hour weeks were really put into all these animations.
Everything
all
is
these animations.
Super, super bespoke and like incredibly animated. And this is the best looking game to date.
Bar none?
Bar none,
God
sir.
of War?
Bar none. I mean, God of War is very impressive. Also, the scope of God of War is like a tenth of what Red Dead is shaping up to be. The best most game.
Let me rephrase my skinning question. How long does it take to do anything in that game?
Long. Yeah, there's no. So things like looting is not done in a menu. Things like looting are like, I see a can of coffee on the counter. I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna press X to pick it up. He physically picks up the can of coffee, puts it in his satchel. The coffee's gone. Things like looting dressers are, I'm physically gonna open each drawer. I'm gonna pick up every item and put it in my satchel, piece by piece. Every item is in the world. Every item like has physics and is real.
Okay. So I think the big thing I want to know, and I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here, because I have not played this game, but there are like elements of this is not stuff I need in my video games to what I'm saying, where it's like I would rather my time be spent playing the game than watching all the animations in a lot of times. Do you think it all adds to the game, how kind of slow it's making you go? Like, when you have to grow a beard out in real time, I remember being like, man, what if you had to grow a beard out in real time? And then actual Brandon being like, because that's fucking stupid. I decide I'm playing a video game. I want to have a beard. I want a beard when I want a beard.
I want to sit down in the barber's chair and have the option to go Matt Eads beard.
I don't know if I can get this long, which was maybe my biggest disappointment so far. It gives it a real good sense of place. You know, video games have become fast. We want them fast. We want to get rid of. We want quality of life improvements. We just want to just show me what I need to know. Show me the information. Let's get through it.
More fast travel, not less.
Less buttons, the better.
Yes.
This goes completely opposite in a way that is super, super refreshing because it is so slow, and you feel like Arthur Morgan. Every day for my first little bit of and you totally don't have to play this way, it turns out. My first little bit of camp, they're like, we need food. We need you to go out there. We need you to hunt. We need you to get food. I'm like, I'm on it. I'm just going to hunt deer for 5 hours. And, like, you go out and you spend maybe, I'm pretty good at it now. It's probably like 5 or 10 minutes tracking a deer. The first time, like half an hour. You get it. You bring it back. You can only fit one carcass on your horse, and your horse goes slower when it's got weight on it. So you got to take your horse back. You got to get the deer. You tie it up. Take the carcass off, put it on your shoulders, slowly walk it through the camp. Go talk to a man.
To do that.
Wait, what?
I've heard you don't actually have to walk to your guy.
Wait, you can just leave it on the horse?
Yeah, and then just talk to the guy.
Oh,
I don't know.
If you're gonna walk over there anyways,
I don't know. I was just reading a whole like thread of like, hey, here's how to speed up this game a tiny bit.
I didn't know that.
I don't know.
The first time you do it, it's super slow, and you're like, this is this is ridiculous.
It hurts me to hear you say explain this.
But by the time like by the end of my hunting deer session, it was just like, yeah, this is how it is. This is great. This feels real. Look, I'm skinning this deer. I'm getting all bloody. People are like, well, I sure hope that's not your blood. I'm like, well, no, I don't think so, but
I don't know.
Could be anyone's.
I kind of appreciate that because, like, often games, you go into a house and then you go do the perimeter thing and then you're mashing square and picking up everything.
You walk up to a dresser, it spits you out a list of items in there. You press take all, and it's whoosh, is in your thing, and you don't know. It makes everything that you pick up feels super significant, and because A, you need most of that stuff, and B, it's like you are forced to look at everything he picks up. So you're like, oh fucking A, look at that! That is a sick ass platinum watch that I'm going to sell for $15 or whatever.
That's like one thing that, especially in a game like Fallout 4 or something like that, where you do have the option to loot everything at once. You find yourself, you take everything.
You don't even know what you took.
You don't know what you took. And the only time you ever look at your inventory is when it tells you are encumbered.
Yeah.
And then you finally go into them and you're like, okay, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. and this is worrying to me because I'm either gonna play this game for 2 hours and hate it and just put it down and never go back, or I'm gonna be like Eads and I'm gonna spend 40 hours hunting deer.
Yeah. It feels like a sim. It's like it in a way that none of the other games or even the GTA stuff. Like I don't want to fucking go bowling with Roman in Grand Theft Auto 4. I don't care about that side shit because it's boring.
I used to love trying to fucking touch that lady without the bouncer seeing me, though.
No way. Well, I mean, yeah. I've had several ladies proposition me as Arthur Morgan in this game. I'm a respectable cowboy. I shut them down.
There's no
It's a Wild
disrespect
West.
in having.
I got a lady. I got a lady's eye.
Sound like a nerd to me.
Oh,
They're
Okay,
trying to
I'm a
earn their own living.
I'm a man of honor. How dare you?
That's one of the ways you rank how good of a cowboy you
Pistols
are.
are
How many
down.
STIs you have at the end of the day.
That's right. That's where notches in the belt came from.
There was something about the gentleman's gift. They're like, dude, I heard he has the gentleman's gift. I'm like, wait, is that
A big cock?
chlamydia? Like, the drip? That might have been the first game.
Can you get over encumbered?
You don't get over encumbered. You just run out of space. There's like drop some stuff if you want
thank
to pick up
God.
more stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of upgrades. Obviously, you can customize every gun, customize all your outfits, customize, and those have different aesthetic and gameplay things. There are a billion different kind of things worked into that. Customize your saddle on your
You have
horse.
a fluorescent pink revolver.
Stirrups. Yeah, I have. I couldn't remember. You know when Ocelot has his first fancy inlaid revolvers and snakes like those are dumb.
And
Did they have?
you can get the engravings on it.
Yeah. Did they have pearl grips? So I was looking at
Maybe.
some grips.
I don't know.
And these pearl grips were about like $40, which is a fucking shitload of money in Red Dead. And I
those pro grips.
I got those pearl grips.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was pretty sure Ocelot had pearl grips on his.
Yeah,
so.
but the engravings and the pearl grips
Yeah.
don't give you zero tactical advantage.
Yeah, but the ladies love them.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is I don't know what a man who is not taking up the women's propositions would need pearl grips for.
Can you go through this whole game with just the two Colt action single armies?
Oh, yeah.
Single action armies.
Yeah, if you
because that's
want to.
how I want to be.
Totally.
Yeah.
So every time you leave your horse, all your weapons live in your saddle. Your saddle stays on your horse if you want. You don't have to have a saddle on your horse. And then
Fair
every time you can.
That's how you get the gentleman's gift.
Every time, every time you get off your horse, you then have to decide, like, okay, I'm going out hunting. I can only carry 2 weapons and 2 pistols or whatever. I have a limited amount of slots, so I'm going to take my revolver. I'm going to take my bow because I might do hunting. I'm going to take my shotgun because I might be up close. And there's, like, good animations of every item. Every weapon goes on the back. Every weapon, it's not Tomb Raider where it's, like, fast disappearing into mystery holes. Every weapon goes on. Every weapon has a spot on the horse, in or under the saddle.
I noticed that with my time in it because he took the revolver and the sawed-off shotgun and walked with it for a bit and then just slung it was cool.
Yeah, and every time you get on your horse, eventually he'll take all his stuff off and put it back in. And
It is that kind of stuff that I'm like I think about it and I'm like, man, that's gonna be really cool to see.
Once.
But it's not going to be really cool to not have that third gun I want when I get a little farther away.
It's, it doesn't feel restrictive.
Yeah.
It feels real.
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
that
I
is
could
what,
talk about it all day.
Yeah, that
Like,
is
I'm
what the
trying
story of the game is going to be for me. Is like, is the realism going to like? Is it going to be like I don't need my game to be this real? I need it to be more like a video game.
I think it works really well. I think it only works once.
Okay.
I think it's refreshing and like, man, yeah.
No other video game should ever do this.
I actually kind of agree.
Okay.
Of like, yeah, it's nice to slow down and like it's kind of cool that I'm just gonna go fish for half an hour or whatever. Like it's very refreshing. If another Red Dead or another game comes along and it's this exact same thing, it's like, well, okay, let's maybe speed it back up a bit here. We've done this.
This will be my Second Life experience.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, yeah. It is just so full of detail and nuance and all the character. Like, I didn't give a shit about that gang when I started, and now I am literally just sitting in the camp as they tell, like, ambient stories that have kind of nothing to do, really, just about their lives and stuff.
I heard you can
I love it.
talk to people, but it's just like a greeting or whatever.
Yeah, so most of the canned responses are like,
and sometimes
How you doing?
you will like engage in a conversation, but it won't actually lead into anything.
Yeah,
and that kind of has me like, ugh.
Some of them are just conversations.
Talk to these guys.
Some of them, if you're going into it to finish a story, to finish a tight narrative, and have a West story told to you, and get a achievement or whatever, this is probably not that type of game.
I don't think of myself as that guy, but I do think about myself as the kind of guy that sits down for 3 hours to play a game and wants to get something done playing that game.
Yeah, and you could.
I totally could, but I understand where Oliver's coming from, where it's just like you sit there and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
and then the conversation ends and you're like, oh.
But it's not. Most
Do
of
you
them.
need a favor done?
Yeah,
Or what?
can I help you?
Most of them are. If I feel like if the writing was uninteresting, then it's like, yeah, okay. Like if this is Mass Effect Andromeda and all these people are like, here's my whatever. You're like, yep, keep talking. Okay, see ya. But they leave you with like some good shit that they are insidious with. They will idly drop something in conversation, or you'll see something on the side of the road, or something will happen, and you'll be like, oh, that's weird. And then later, hours later, someone will reference that, or it'll come back in some way, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, okay. That's what he meant when he was talking about. Yeah, specifically, I had a thing in camp where I was like, oh,
Oh, I see.
well,
So you're talking to all these people and getting all these pointless stories. Do you still have like exclamation marks above people's heads so you can cut through all that shit
yeah,
if
totally.
you don't want
If
to?
you want to mainline it and go to the giant M on the map and get your mission, yeah, you totally could.
That's kind of what sort of frightens me about this game is like I'm going to miss out on a lot because I have zero patience with video games nowadays. We were talking off air about how I'm reconsidering if video games are my thing.
Games have 2 discs again, and history is repeated.
And yeah, after my dislike of God of War, dislike is in like quotations.
In apathy.
Sure, yeah, that's a good word for it. And Spider-Man was kind of wearing thin on me at the very end. If this game like flops with me,
Games are over.
That's
Yep.
it. That's
You can
done.
like just mainline it if you want. That's how I play GTA, right? I just said like how much I hate all that shit in GTA. I still played the missions and really enjoyed it, and it's a great game. I don't do any of the side stuff in there because I don't care.
I want to be into this game though. I really do.
Yeah. Play the story. My advice would be play the story until it starts hooking you, and then you'll want to go and do that stuff because you're like, well, I want to have a faster horse because I want to do this because I want to do this. It's very good.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
and
okay.
we'll play it.
It's yeah.
Trudge
alright.
through the snow, and the snow looks good.
Oh yeah, it is
I
the best
already
looking
snuck
game.
out and switched to the second disc for the install.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
It is. It
There you
is.
go.
It is the best looking video game to ever come out, and if that PC version ever is
That
real,
happens like twice a year.
yeah,
Is this going to be a?
this will be a hard one to up.
You're going to buy it again if
100
it comes
yeah.
out on PC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, this one. This is like for me what GTA 5 was for a lot of people. I think for whatever reason, this is the Rockstar game that has got its hooks in me.
You wanted to be a cowboy. You didn't want to be a gangster.
I want to be. I'm a gangster, not a cowboy.
What does a cowboy have a bow
I
for?
think
Because I don't know where I got it. A nice First Nations lady gave me one. I don't know. Because you want to be silent. Because you want to hunt rabbits with it. Because if you use your rifle for rabbits, you fucking
obliterate it.
yes, you
That pelt's no
you
good.
blow them to pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, but think of the fucking woo you can do after you shoot it.
The meat's all like has the buckshot
Yeah,
in it.
you
It's
just-
like, ugh.
Hold your hand out and try to catch a chunk.
So-
She's like, here, white man, try this.
No.
All right, I got to know.
Gives you
If you
the bow.
sneak up on a deer, can you strangle it to death?
I don't think you can get that close.
No.
Maybe if you use scent covering lotion, maybe.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's going to be
Yeah.
the first thing I try to do in this
I
game.
haven't been able to get close enough.
Even
I'm not
like
sure.
stabbing it with an arrow, like with your
Strangle a
hand,
deer.
would be
Oh yeah,
pretty good.
that'd be savage. I'll say that I have accidentally shot a lot of guys. The controls are really hard to get a grip on.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you should pull right trigger when you're in a fist fight. If you pull right trigger, you fucking pull your gun out and shoot the man. So I've had a lot of fist fights where.
Sounds like a good way to end a fist fight, though.
Well, yeah, then Johnny Law is on you. Fist fighting's fine. I've had a lot end where it's like we're fighting, and then I pull my gun out and put the barrel under his chin and just blow the top of his head off. And I'm like, Jesus! There was one really good one where I accidentally pulled it out and started freaking out, but then he just fucking hit him with the like butt of the rifle or the butt of the pistol, knocked his ass out, and that counted as a fist fight.
Fucking pearls.
That's how you end a fist fight.
That's what the pearl
Yeah.
handles are for.
I also played the Spider-Man DLC. Let's get off of Red Dead here.
One more question?
Sure.
From me, at
Yeah,
least.
let's do a round of Red Dead and then we'll move on.
What are the outfits like?
There are 10 billion of them.
Are there?
All right, do you go all the way from stupid to cool cowboy?
Give me an example of stupid.
I have a completely cylindrical beaver hat that looks fucking ridiculous
Like
and
a-
has like
like a-
beaver head, like beaver faces at the front,
Oh.
and it's completely cylindrical. And I've got a bear hat like that too that I never wear because they look super fucking dumb.
Super cool. Can you get like the Undertaker duster?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. A lot of good dusters, a lot of good revolvers.
I don't know if I have one. How's the bathing?
It sort of sucks.
Okay.
Sort of sucks. There's
That'll be all.
Yeah, there's a mini game, and you can pay 50 cents to have a lady come in and play the mini game for you if you don't want to press X to scrub left arm.
Could I eat an entire bucket of chicken just by putting my controller down and taking a bite during animations over the course of a 2-hour sitting?
Yeah, probably. Probably. Here's a hot tip for everyone at home, which I don't know if anyone realized. So if you press back, you change the camera perspective. It does like 4 first person, and then pulls back and goes back to first person. If you hold it, it goes into cinematic mode. If you are traveling on a horse in cinematic mode and you have a waypoint set, your horse will just go.
And then it gives you cinematic cameras.
Yeah, it'll stay on the road, and you can. It tells you that you have to hold A to keep it going. You don't. That's a lie.
Liars.
Get it up to speed, and you can put the controller down, and you can eat a sandwich, and you can
touchpad for us PS.
You can do a lot of shit, and I assume there is fast travel eventually in the game. I haven't got there yet, but you do a lot of riding around at the beginning. So knowing that, if maybe you want to,
yeah, I've done that a lot already in the first 2 hours.
Do a little something over here while you got time to ride. I don't know. It's all sorts of things you can do. You can masturbate. You can crochet. Thumb through your phone.
You know who gets around town mighty fast? Spider-Man.
Oh, yes, he does. You played DLC. The Heist.
I did. I finished it. It was short.
It was short, yeah. Oliver kept saying bye, Felicia, on his stream last week. And the final achievement for the game is called Bye Felicia.
Perfect.
So
How short is short are we talking here?
I feel like if you just did the main storyline, like not 2 hours.
Yeah, maybe an hour 10 if you just do the main. Maybe an hour and a half with just the main
Like
story.
I feel like I spent maybe a hair over 2 hours and I did everything.
So is this like the 20-hour platinum bullshit thing you guys feed to me?
Yeah.
No, it's
but like divided by 10.
Warren is watching from home in the chat. He says he already has the Taker Duster in Red Dead 2. Because of course he does.
He's not gonna. He's using that thing all the way through the end of the game.
Yeah, I think I spent about 3 hours with it, and I didn't do quite everything. I didn't do some of the crimes, but did everything else except the crimes. So about 3.5.
So yeah, it really what it gives you is it gives you I think 4. So it's the same map, same districts. It puts 5 new crimes in 4 of those districts each. So fills those up. The crimes are different.
They're different, and they're also in their own, like, you have to load into the DLC version of the world. They
to do that?
Yeah, there's the heist, and then there's campaign, and they're the same map. They're both New York, but there's different maps.
You access them when you go into the game. It's like, do you want to play the campaign or heist?
Yeah, and it's just like a smattering of new. I think there's a couple new picture takey spots.
No, there's no new picture takey spots, but there's like
weird.
there's a new collectible, which is like just like the backpacks. There's 10 of those around the world. There's I think 20 new crimes, and like less than 10 story missions.
Couple side quests too.
4 new like kind of challenge areas. They're with a different villain, but they're the exact same kind of thing as the challenge tokens were in the main game. It's kind of just more of the same.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, more story, a little more. You do some screwball stuff, which
when I first heard about this, I was under the impression that it was going to be just like the Catwoman stuff from Batman, where you actually play as Catwoman.
No. You do play as Mary Jane. There's a Mary Jane
fun
part.
Mary Jane mission.
Yeah. Best part of the game.
Yeah, you don't actually play as Catwoman though. Sorry, Black
Felicia.
Cat.
Yeah.
Black Cat. Yeah,
There's
their identity. They're so similar.
Yeah, no kidding.
There is a little a moment in the story where you kind of do the old when they had the Arkham Robin DLC, and you would like tag team fight people.
Oh,
where
yeah,
it was like
that was cool.
You were doing your moves, but like in certain instances, she'd like jump off your shoulders and grab a guy that you threw or something. That was kind of neat.
Yeah, it's very similar.
That was neat. Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. So there's only one of those, and I was like, well, this seems like something that should have been in almost every fight I did.
Did she actually fight with you? I did that whole encounter stealth.
It is after. Like, you can do the whole thing stealth,
you're right.
and then
I know what
she's
you're
like,
talking about.
oh, they're on to you anyway.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
There is it's obviously the story arc is for Felicia, what's her name?
I should know this.
Catwoman.
Black Cat.
Black Cat.
Felicia
Hardy.
Hardy. And then there's a kind of a side story, which is just the collectibles, where you kind of learn more about the original Black Cat.
Yeah, the OG.
Black Cat.
The man Black Cat.
Yeah.
Never even knew that. I thought Felicia Hardy was just...
No, she stole his gimmick.
I'm not even sure that that could totally be non-canon in terms of comic book stuff.
It made too much sense to be non-canon, so I'm like, that must be real. That must be real.
So yeah, it's kind of like two concurrent stories, and then the new Taskmaster challenge person is everyone's favorite villain, Screwball.
Yeah,
the fucking streamer.
She's
girl.
literally when you're doing her challenges, a fucking like stream HUD pops up that shows how many followers you have, and
she's all right. I kind of like her.
Sounds great.
She
Yeah,
makes me
that
laugh.
sounds great.
So they've added a mechanic when you're doing they're like the base game. There's like traversal challenges and then there's combat challenges, but there's situations where you can go into like a pink section, and if you like beat someone in a pink section, it'll be like a
photobomb.
Yeah, it'll be a photobomb moment, and a little meter goes stringing across, and you try and stop the meter in the little shaded end zone, and you're earning OMGs from the crowd, which are like bonus points.
She talks in like internet shorthand. She says lol and OMGs.
She is so perfectly annoying in a way that I'm usually like laughing at everything she says.
She's the essence of like everything about this culture that bothers me distilled into a fucking supervillain.
Yeah, it's kind of perfectly done.
It is. It
effective
for real makes me angry. So yeah, it's really well done.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like it would be like if there was a photojournalist supervillain, and it would just personally offend me,
framing really bad shots.
Yeah.
I was just. I won't say anything. Never mind. Yeah. Two more on the way.
I will say. Were you gonna say you're disappointed?
I was gonna say.
I want to make sure I'm not gonna say what you were about to say.
I'm
and then decide not to say.
disappointed you didn't get to fight someone, and then decided not to. It's a little spoilery.
Okay. I will say, without spoiling anything, that I thought that this was going to be a contained story per DLC.
It is
whereas
not.
it feels like it's very much a overarching story for all three DLCs.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's totally. They leave it on a big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if there's word on those other two.
November and December.
Sorry, content wise, story wise, kind of like what the.
There is the name of them. We know the name.
Turf Wars and Silver Lining, Silver something, Silver Lining, Silver something.
Something that implies
Obviously.
that maybe there's some Silver Sable going on. Yeah. Or Silver Surfer.
Or Silver Surfer.
That would come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
but
totally out of nowhere.
It was good. It was really good. I actually really like Black Cat. I don't know. I don't care for Catwoman all that much in the Arkham games. I really like Black Cat. Which is great.
That's pretty good. If you like Spider-Man, it is more Spider-Man.
Yeah, totally.
Sweet.
Playing the Spider on these.
Game of the year.
Yeah, should be. And now there's more Game of the Year.
We've
After all
so
these
much.
DLCs come out,
So
there might be
much
enough Game of the Year.
That's all I played. That's it. New games this week. Holy shit, hey?
New games.
Weird.
I'm excited to go and play nothing for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Kev, what have you been playing?
Not much. I've been playing a little bit more Warcraft, a little bit more Dragon Quest, but now that I have Red Dead, that will probably stop me from playing both of those games completely.
It's for you're welcome to the winning side, partner.
I also finished Final Fantasy VI on stream.
Oh, I saw that. I was there.
We finally finished it.
Yeah.
Beat the endless dungeon.
Wasn't endless, it turned out.
Yeah, almost endless.
Spoilers.
Killed Kefka. Found that there's a post game mini mission that is basically just one fight that just keeps going, and you fight every enemy in the game back to back. It seemed.
Did you finish that one? Was it actually every enemy in the game, or did you just fuck this?
The first time it gave me the opportunity to stop the fight, I just turned it off. I'm like, okay, that's enough of this. Because yeah, it was a solid 10-15 minutes of just like fighting like weak enemies. Like you one shot them, you wait for the next fight to load. You one shot them, you wait for the next fight to load. You one shot them, you wait for the next fight to load.
Maybe the real boss fight is patience.
maybe.
Yeah.
If
You're
it,
overstating
so, in
You
other
lost
words,
it.
Red Dead is just one game of boss
Yes.
rushes. Just a big boss rush.
I've never felt more at peace. with
Every
the world.
every animation of taking something from a drawer is like the biggest boss fight of your life.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I didn't play much different stuff. I'm not sure I'm looking forward to Red Dead. I'm really not. Oliver and I did halfers on it, so we got the disc, and I was really excited that he was taking it first, because then it would have given me time to
Do some stuff.
play Dragon Quest,
Get your affairs in order.
get that out of the way.
Hear that everybody
can
else really
still.
likes Red Dead, so you can do your counter your edgelord
Yeah,
shit,
exactly.
pretend you hate it.
Fuck that shit.
I can still. It's just like I was thinking about it, and like fucking right, I want to play this game, and then I started laying out my week, and like I don't have time to play this game. Maybe I should just offer it to Kevin for a while.
I think we should do it firm, like I keep it for 2 weeks, then you keep it for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Like, I don't think we should do I'll keep it until I'm done with it thing, because
Might never come.
that
It could come really fast,
or it could come really fast.
No.
or might
Someone who
never come.
doesn't have a horse in this race. It sounds like a fucking crazy way to try to play a video game. What the fuck?
I finished Spider-Man, and then I'm like, oh, I if I wanted to, I could probably ask for it back and then clean up all the other stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I wouldn't do that either.
for me, like, I just don't have time for video games sometimes, and
This one will make you want to make time.
it sort of
Maybe.
does.
It sounds like
Sorta
either
does,
that or the
maybe.
exact opposite.
Maybe. These are all people who haven't played it.
I know.
One
That's what I was
person,
gonna say.
one
Yeah.
person who's played it really loves it.
I only have so much time in a day for video games, because I don't like to play video games up until I go to sleep.
Right.
Well, there's your first mistake.
I like to wind down with like just something relaxing, take my mind off the day.
Some fishing, maybe? Some
Some
hunting? What do you think? Just
hunting?
get out there, maybe do a little five-finger fillet?
Talking some
Dominoes.
Beastmasters is what we're talking
That's
about.
right. Something where you can just turn the brain off.
Go to the
and-
movies in
and-
Red Dead. Go
and
see a
watch
show.
something. Yeah, no, I can't play more than like 2-3 hours of gaming.
That's my biggest problem is, and I've said it in the past, that I don't really binge games in one sitting anymore. And I feel like this seems like the kind of game where it's like, God, I'm just not getting anywhere in this fucking 45 minutes I managed to carve out of my day today. got that skinned deer to the guy, I guess. Better than nothing.
But
It's a
yeah,
great game.
We'll see how it goes. Especially since it's probably done installing.
You guys are going to hate it. You especially. Even if you love it, you'll say you hate it.
I have never in my life said I hate something just for the sake of saying I hate it.
He's right, Matt.
If I say I hate
not
something,
just for
I
the sake.
genuinely
for
don't
the,
like
For the
it.
sake of reaction, not for
No,
the sake
what?
of you hate it. What?
What?
You?
One
No.
thing. One thing. Give me
Name-
one thing. All you got to do is name one.
All right, well, come back to me. Breath of the Wild.
I never played it.
And you hate it!
I don't think I ever said I hate it.
When it counted, you said you hated it.
I said I couldn't get behind number one
no,
game of the year.
No.
I said I
Can't
couldn't
change the
get
story.
behind number
Oliver,
one game of the year.
Oliver,
of a
what have you
game I
been
couldn't play.
playing? What have you been playing, Oliver?
Did I not say that I'd try Breath of the Wild on the Extra Life?
I think
I
you said
did.
a lot of things.
You didn't. Did you try an Extra Life? Last year?
No. I
It
said
wasn't
I
out
would do
last-
it
It wasn't out last year.
Oh, I
this
don't
year.
own...
That's totally something I'm willing to do.
Do you have a Wii U? I have a fresh Wii U copy with nothing to play it in.
I played it on the Wii U and it was just fine.
Don't you have a Switch that I can be using that night?
How am I going to mash that Wii U disc into my tiny little Switch?
Oh. Where's your Wii U?
I don't have a Wii U. I've never had a Wii U.
He has a Switch.
I have a Switch. Chris had a Wii U.
Okay. I'm-
Switches can't play Wii U games.
Yeah,
Switches can't play
okay.
video games. I understand the confusion. I own because my roommate had a Wii U, so I have a Wii U copy of Breath of the Wild, but no Wii U.
I have a Wii U. I don't have the charger port for the tablet.
I have that if you need it.
Yes, I do, actually.
All right, we got it together.
I do need that, actually. I do want that because I want my nieces to play that fucking thing.
Okay. I was going to say, I have the whole Wii U if that was the only thing.
That's
in
the
your
only
way,
thing I'm
but-
missing.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the game.
Sweet. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll do that.
At Extra Life?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
We're playing Snake Eater. We'll talk about it right at the end of the show when we do our plugs, but we'll be playing Snack Eater in its entirety.
Yeah,
on
that's going to be
Extra
cool.
Life. Yeah.
I'm going to like that.
Oh, right. I was gonna be like, didn't you already do that?
No, we just listen to it every day.
Yeah, that's where the confusion was.
I didn't really play that many games. We finished Uncharted 3, which is super forgettable
What is the end of that game? How does that game end?
Fucking like all of them.
Does someone have a golden thumb?
Okay.
There's
Does someone have a golden
there's
thumb?
Like you turn the fucking shit to gold, the Midas thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you mean. I think
I'm mixing maybe the green thumb with the golden thumb.
there is a point in it where they uncover the mysterious like hidden city, and then Drake takes a drink of the water, and then he starts like tripping balls. He thinks Sully dies.
It's the Jinn, right? The Jinn are possessing.
Yeah.
That's the bad guys in that one. Or the
Yeah,
Jinn.
they're the flaming
Djinn.
skulls. That game is really good, but it's totally forgetful. Like every time a thing happened, I was like, "What's happening here? What's gonna like?" I don't remember this, and then it happens. Like, oh yeah,
The Forgotten Uncharted.
yeah,
Any of the Uncharted's.
no way.
It's because they're all.
2 I remember very well. 4 I remember very well.
Yeah.
I remember
See,
set
3
pieces,
is-
but not just. I can never remember where they came from. 3 is the plane, right?
Yeah, 3 is the plane.
Yeah, I
3 is
remember
the
that.
cruise ship.
And it was the multiplayer. I
3 is
remember
the burning chalet.
I remember playing multiplayer quite a bit.
Yeah.
I guess 2 was when the multiplayer launched.
3 is also the one where you're trudging through the desert for like a good like few minutes, and you're like, oh, Drake is gonna die.
It is a desert out here.
It's hot. He's probably really thirsty.
What's up next on Kev's stream? I forgot to ask before we switched it off. Final
I
Fantasy's
have
gone.
absolutely no idea.
Okay.
The Last of Us is what's next for us.
HD.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, it's Monday evening, tonight evening.
That game's so
If
fucking
you're listening
good.
to this,
Yes, join them. That
Yeah,
game is so fucking
I'm
good.
really looking forward to
You play
that.
the remastered one?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna. Yep. So look for that when this releases Monday evening.
Monday evening.
And Mark of the Ninja is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that game. That game's super fun
I've never played Mark of the Ninja.
and very
I'm
satisfying.
playing that remaster.
Yeah. It just got re-released. You never played it?
No, I think I played. I
Describe
have
Mark of the
played
Ninja.
it, but
You're a ninja, and you're a ninja in modern day.
2D stealth
2D.
platformer.
Gotcha. I was trying to decide, because I've also never played Mark the Ninja. And I was trying to figure out if it was the one that the Messenger was being compared to.
No.
But I feel like that was
The Messenger.
Gaiden Ninja.
Gaiden
Gaiden Ninja.
yes. Gaiden Ninja Gaiden.
It's a 2D. I don't know. It's not a Metroidvania. It's like you go through stages and stuff.
It's like
and-
those Assassin's Creed games? You play
Yeah,
those?
just like those
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed games. That's
Okay.
a really good comparison. I totally forgot about
the Chronicles
the-
games.
The
yeah.
Chronicles, yeah.
India, China, and
Yeah.
Russia.
You like shoot a
Yes.
pot and make it fall so the guy turns around, but you're hiding in the
Oh.
shadow, and then he fucking wall. Yeah, gotcha.
If you guys haven't played it, you guys should play it because this game is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I really got to say about that. I remember playing it a long time ago when it first released, and then when it got re-released,
2012.
Yeah.
When it first came out.
I'm like, excellent. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think that there is much difference between now and then because it was like hand drawn.
Yeah. It's up. Like I
sprites
was
and
thinking
stuff.
about that too. Of like, how do you? Can you really remaster? I mean, it's 1080p assets. What do you do to them in today's day and age?
Sure.
You know,
It's a re-release, really.
2D sharp assets. They only get so sharp.
Just fucking slow down the game.
Yeah. Add more frames.
And
Put fishing in it.
Red Dead, in which we just went in depth on, is all I've done. Yeah.
There you go.
Brandon,
Can you get it on the Wii? Switch.
Yes,
Sorry.
I
Yeah?
believe so. Yeah.
if you had it
That'd
on
be-
Xbox, I believe it's either free or like $1 or something.
Yeah,
to
it's,
get
it's
it.
cheaper if you had it like in the
Yeah.
past.
I want to play games on my Switch.
Perfect
so that
game.
I can
There you
play
go.
them laying on the couch.
Don't play the Dark Souls remaster. I heard it runs like garbage.
I am not going to play another Souls
All right.
game as long as I breathe.
We all know when Sekiro comes
Yes,
out.
Sekiro's coming out.
That's true.
Sekiro got a date, didn't it? March?
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, the dude at my work was
I'll
like
look that
super
up.
stoked. He's like, Oliver, that one samurai game has a date. I'm like, which one? What? Because we were talking about Ghost of Tsushima. I'm like, no, it doesn't. I don't think. No, I don't know. Name them. like,
Metal
Hit me with
Gear?
every samurai game ever made.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mario
March,
Bros. 1, Super Mario Bros. 2.
March 22,
There you go.
2019. Hell yeah. Send that guy my way. Hey, I know the streamer who loves these games, these fucking samurai games or whatever.
Yeah. Actually, the the reason why we started talking about that and the reason why we sort of discovered our love of video games together was because I had your stream up on my computer. It's like, hey, what are you watching?
Talking Reckless brings people together.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
supposed
big.
to be working. I'm not watching anything.
Nothing. It's
Keep
porn.
it down, you narc.
Did the old porn trick. Not games. Unless, are you into those? Unless Fortnite. It's porn. Brandon? Yeah, I get. Sure.
I have been playing on my Switch
Uh-huh.
a game
Right.
called Into the Breach.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it was on PC for a really long time.
Isn't that the one where it's like grid combat
Yep.
and you're a squad of robots?
Yes.
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 I played a bunch of that game.
Yeah, and it was on the PC, and I don't know no people. Well, Warren has a PC, but I'm always too lazy to go in there and boot it up. And
It's a far walk.
I don't want to sit in his
Also-
chair that he's got.
Oh, I was about to say, I don't think there's a chair. Do you just
No,
stand? Does he just stand
it
at the
depends
table?
on where the chair is.
Use the computer.
The chair moves around. That game's really, really good.
Yeah.
That game's a lot of fun.
It is.
I'm not super far in it. I have only unlocked 2 islands.
How many turns into the future can you look now? Can you see how good? Not like
Not
a game,
enough.
not like a gameplay mechanic.
Never
like,
enough.
Like a Brandon's mind
Oh.
mechanic.
No, same as always.
Just saying.
7 seconds, same as always.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that game's really cool. Did we talk about it much when you played it?
Yeah, they talked about it
We
quite
talked
a bit.
about it
Yeah.
a bunch because Bryce played it a bunch too.
Yeah.
I believe Bryce like super platinumed it or
Yeah.
something.
He 100% of that game.
Yeah, that game's really good at making you feel like really, really stupid or really, really smart, depending on if you do something really, really stupid or
Or-
really, really smart. Because when you do something really, really stupid, they're like, oh, those fucking, all those hours you put in, you just fucked them up real quick
Yeah.
there.
Well, it's because it's just one mistake,
Yeah, and everything goes to shit.
everything just falls apart.
Because you have this plan to kill everyone on this turn, so no buildings are going to get destroyed and nothing's going to happen. And then you're like, oh, right, but when I hit that guy, it pushes me
Yeah.
back into my own building, which actually destroyed me.
And I knew that.
And then I
so it's-
couldn't kill that guy with the guy who got destroyed. He's going to kill that guy. None of them are going to die in the end of this. And the town is in ruin.
And we're going through the time machine and
Yeah, we're
starting
just
at the
gonna go
beginning.
fucking
again.
right back to the beginning. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play a bunch of that game. I'm really happy it came out on the Switch because I think the Switch is a great way to play that game. It was the first game since I got my Switch that made me take my Switch out of the house.
Have you played? Oh, out of the house.
Out of the house.
I thought you were gonna say out of the dock. Where?
No. I
Where?
play many Switch games on the toilet,
Oh, okay. Where'd you take it?
just into my work vehicle, so I could play it while I was working.
That's smart.
Play it while I was not working.
You're living the
at work.
dream, dude. You're living the fucking dream, the E3 dream.
Yeah.
Every-
if you can get you and me on a rooftop with our Switches,
That's true.
we've done it.
You come into the news cruiser and fucking sit in the back and we can fucking play. Yeah, I'm excited. It looks like I'm really early in it. I have a bad habit of like something will go kind of wrong. Like I'm not really doing this anymore, but at the beginning I was like something would go kind of wrong, and I'd be like, I should just restart this whole thing.
Yeah,
I
try
don't
to
even
get it
know
perfect.
anything.
Just
Yeah,
do it
I'm
perfect.
trying to be perfect.
Yeah.
And then I kind of figured out there's like, oh, you can kind of come back from a bad round
Yeah.
if you have a string together a couple good rounds, and just it was one of those things where it took me a bunch of playthroughs to even figure out what everything meant. Like I was like, oh, embarrassingly long to even figure out like the symbols on the countries where it's like, or not countries, but zones of the island. Where I was,
Like what you get for rewards?
yeah, where I was like, I don't fucking know what these are. I'm just staying away from the ones where it says threat level high. So now kind of being like, okay, I lost a couple buildings. I lost some power. Let's go do some of these ones to give me more power back. And it's really fun.
Yeah. With you,
Really fun.
I don't know. We talked the shit out of it. I feel like I know the game inside and out. You
Yeah.
can do the super plat. You can unlock all the teams, all the maps.
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to say is that it seems like there's a lot of stuff that is locked where I'm like, when do I get this shit? I want to get some of this new stuff, but I keep fucking up and have to go back to the beginning, and I don't think that's the way to unlock stuff.
Well, I think as you do achievements, you get coins, and then you use the coins to unlock stuff. So it's like
Well, maybe that's
you
it.
have your squad of robots, and one of them will have like a pushback attack. So you'll have an achievement to kill 2 things in one turn by knocking them into water or something like that. And then you'll get an achievement which will give you a coin. And then even if you fail the playthrough, you'll get that coin.
Oh,
And then you use
okay.
the coins to unlock.
That's smart.
I either do not have that, which seems weird, or much more likely, have never found out where those achievements are listed.
They should be on like where you select your pilot screen, like where you move the pilots into the mechs. There'll be somewhere on that screen should have it listed.
You might,
That seems
or
like
maybe
something I should
you gotta get through enough of it for it to
Yeah.
unlock that
I don't think I'm very far.
function, or who knows?
Yeah, you might have to
You can go through the loop once,
get,
maybe.
get to
through
all
the
4 islands.
Gotcha.
Not necessarily get through, like not beat the boss kind of thing, but I think maybe you have to get to all 4 islands before it unlocks. Like it's been so long since I've played it.
That game is super satisfying too.
Yeah.
Even like when you just have to survive, and you're just keeping your buildings alive and like staying out of the way of fire as much as attacking anyone, and it's just like the turn count or how many turns left until the end of the game goes to 0, and it's just like there's no reason why this war should have gone my way, but you apparently didn't kill us fast enough, so away we go.
If there's one piece of advice I can give you,
Yeah,
it's don't be afraid to take a hit.
yeah.
Use your hit points as resources. You got 8 of them or however many spread out among all your mechs. Fucking use them.
I had a really satisfying moment where I started using like my own attacks on my own mechs to push them in front of buildings.
Treason, then.
To push them in front of buildings to intercept shots that were
Yeah.
going to destroy important thing, and I was like, this game's fucking dope.
Bryce talked about a team that I think is all pushes and pulls.
Yeah,
all their
the-
abilities are just move people squares around the map. They
The
don't
judo
have
team.
damage or something
Yeah,
like that.
they don't do any damage.
Oh, judo team. That makes
I feel like at some point
huh.
you got to kill something. I guess you can just make them kill
Make
each
them
other
kill, make them kill each other.
Make
Yeah.
them kill each other.
or push them off into the water.
I want that game to come to phones. It's on iPad, right?
I
It either is on or is coming.
don't know.
I want it to come to phones. Is kind of what I'm holding out for.
Get it
I
on Switch.
think it would be
It's fucking
never
great on
play it.
Switch.
I would
It's
never
not
play
expensive.
it.
It's
I
very
know.
cheap.
the screen. I think would be too small for phones.
They could rework
Yeah,
it.
like
Yeah, but
the way
then do
they
you
have
want
zoom
to.
in.
Do you want that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they probably have that game on the
Oh,
Switch
well.
or on the phone. They probably have something like it where it's like this is a
This is a shitty phone version of this game.
Maybe
Yeah.
I should buy on a Switch and I can play it in portable in handheld mode while I'm riding from like town to town. in
yeah.
Red Dead.
Yeah, you're thinking.
I got a 4.5 minute horse ride ahead of me.
What else did I play? I
don't know. What else
I
did you
beat
play?
Mega Man 11, which got put on the back burner when Spider-Man came out.
When 'tis finished.
Tis finished. Spider-Man 'tis finished. Mega Man 11 tis finished.
'Tis finished.
I beat all the robots again in the boss rush. Yellow Devil is back. He's a real piece of shit.
Spoil. That's the big guy, right? The big dude who like teleports
Fucking-
and blocks.
yeah, teleports in
the
fucking-
Smash Brothers stage.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, he sucks.
But
in
he has
Smash
the
Brothers too.
he has the exact same pattern as he did in the original in Mega Man 1, and it was like surreal when he started doing it. How fast my hands, like my brain wasn't even thinking, and my hands knew how to dodge him.
That's cool.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it was really cool feing, and it was easier because the game is better.
Oh,
So-
and you have the gears and all the different
yeah,
tools
exactly.
and shit.
So,
All in all, great Mega Man.
all in all, great Mega Man.
Hmm.
A good, I think, a wise decision to be like, hey, let's do something different.
Just make it a little, yeah.
Yeah. I think I've already talked about this, but I think the character design of all the bosses, I think the character design of Mega Man when he is wearing like the boss weapons is way better than usual. The characters have really funny, dumb things they say.
Like literally speak out
yeah,
loud.
literally speak out loud.
Audio.
They like make fun of Mega Man's history in some referential ways at the end.
Does this game end with Mega Man? Is Mega Man 12 on the way? Has anything been resolved? Spoilers here for the end of Mega Man 11, maybe.
The world is back. There should be no sequels in the exact same way there never needed to be a sequel after any Mega Man.
So Mega Man
There's
finally,
never once been a Mega Man that has led into another Mega Man.
Mega Man finally took like the rock and crushed Wily's head. It's over.
No,
it's
he
done.
sent him back to prison.
Oh,
Probably they
See you in
probably
12.
they probably threw him back into the cell that still had the hole in it
Yeah.
from where he broke out the last time.
they haven't painted it yet. It's still just
Yeah.
plaster.
Yeah, it was it's good. It is definitely easier than Mega Man games because okay, so I will say one thing. Use the shop.
Use the shop.
There's a shop
Okay.
that I think kind of started popping up in later Mega Man games. I had a really, really easy time of the Wily's Castle stages because I was able to basically, for every level, buy 9 lives. Like max lives, and buy a bunch of energy tanks, and buy, because I had so much because I hadn't been using it. So if you're like, this game's kind of hard, you can kind of grind your way to making it easier if you want.
Just like get enough currency to buy some lives or health. Or
yeah,
whatever.
if you find like a level that you could, because I feel like it won't carry over the money if you get a game over. But if you can find a level that you've cleared, and once you clear a level, it's kind of easier to clear it again and again.
You know the pattern.
You could run it a few times, get a lot of money, and then just be like, I'm going to have 9 lives.
Weird.
Go into this, and 9 lives, 6 energy tanks,
Super Saiyan Mega Man.
Could do it. Oliver could do it.
Don't. Okay, let's not. You play anything else?
I don't know. Let me look at the thing.
Tis finished? Your games?
Oh, I God of War, I platinumed.
Oh, you did the...
I did the Valkyries, did the Queen Valkyrie.
Yeah.
That
She's
was
not so bad, eh?
She was kind of tough.
Yeah, didn't you feel good when you got her?
Oh, yeah. I knew it was going to feel good.
Yeah.
You were giving me, like, tips on how to beat her, and the tips were like, I don't know if she spawns enemies. And I was like,
well, yeah,
she doesn't. And then you're like,
never mind.
Use a button. And then you're like, use a button. And I didn't even like, I didn't even text you back about this one, but you were like, you can attack her a bunch before the fight even starts. Yeah. And I was like, no, you can't. As soon as you put your hand in the realm tear, she like jumps on you and like choking you. And, yeah, and then flies away. And I was like, nah, none of this is valid, usable advice. But she was like, it was a very satisfying boss fight because you knew you had beaten Valkyries that used her attacks.
Yeah, you
already.
learned all these skills, and then you just proved that you learned them.
It was just the way some of them were like, God, these are so like these 2 attacks from 2 different Valkyries look so alike until like the point of you're fucked.
Yeah,
that
some of the Valkyries themselves, even it's like the slightest mix up, you're like, is she winking with her left eye? Because that means I have to dodge. Is she not? Because then I have to block. I figured out like. I didn't even know it. I don't even know if it's the same for the original Valkyrie fight, but during the Queen Valkyrie fight, I figured something out where it's like her dashing right before she comes at you, or dashing left right before she comes at you, is doing different things. Yeah, that's a tell.
Yeah, which eventually it was like I still feel like even when I beat her, I was like, I beat her there because I guessed right on a couple that I hadn't been guessing right on. Like I didn't beat her where I was like, now I could beat her 9 times out of 10. It was, I beat her, let's fucking not go back there ever again.
You got her, man.
Yeah. So that was one of the things I hadn't done on my first playthrough. Yeah. And then, I cleared the other 2 realms, the optional realms. I hadn't cleared either of them on my original playthrough.
Muspelheim kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's easy.
Don't get hit one.
Easy.
They added timers after the fact. When I did those challenges the first time through, I swear to God, they didn't have their minute 30 timer or whatever, and now they all have a minute 30 timer or 2-minute timer or whatever.
No, the don't get hit one never had a timer for me.
Mine, maybe only on the hardest difficulty. I swear all mine had a timer.
So there's you.
Oh no, because you would have. Or no, which difficulty did you Muspelheim on?
The one up from default.
Okay, so maybe it is different.
Maybe, but anyway, it's there's also a part like after you clear, like you get to the top of the mountain, then you need to do the final kind of challenge thing. You need 3 out of any 5 like impossible challenge keys. So there's a chance that I also didn't do whichever one you did.
Oh, from the challenge keys from the realm.
So once you do everything once, you get to the top of the mountain.
Yep.
It adds another difficulty to all of those.
Okay, I never got past the top of the mountain the first time.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea. You have to go up it again?
You don't have to go up it again. It puts it a 3rd tier, because you know how every arena had normal and hard?
Yeah.
It puts a more difficult tier.
And you get 3 of those.
On each of those, and there are 5 different ones, and they said you just have to beat any 3.
Man, fuck that.
Come back here, and then you can do the final thing, which is beat 70 enemies or something. Yeah.
I just silently yelled "fuck" at the ceiling. No, I'm glad I tapped when I did on those super duper ultra hard Valkyries, because like if I would have
also playing it on a difficulty level,
if I would have got to the top of Muspelheim and then they'd be like, okay, you got to do better on 3 of these, I would have fucking snapped my disc.
I honestly felt like some of the next tier down difficulty ones were not as hard as some of the ones on the original trip up the mountain. So I think it just depends. You get to kind of pick what you're. Like, what are you good at? Are you good at the thing where you kill the guys in the
not the don't get hit one? I'll do the other ones.
Yeah,
the don't get hit
I also
one
did
is
the other
bane
ones.
of my existence.
So I did that. I thought Niflheim was really a lot of fun. I barely got into that the first time I played it.
Oh yeah, it's got a cool like mechanic about it.
Yeah, and like once I figured out like it's procedurally generated, but the map is kind of the same every time. You know where to find this stuff. And it didn't take as long as I was looking at the realm tears, and it's like, oh, you need 10,000 echoes to do this one. Echoes?
Mist echoes. Yeah.
And you need 20,000 to do this one, and like 30,000 to do this one. I was like, oh my god, that's gonna be like a year of my life playing this game. But once you figure it out, it's like you get a bunch per run.
And the longer you spend in the realm, the more you get from each. So more and more and more and more. Great game.
Yeah, really good.
Great game. Congrats on the platinum.
Thank you.
No small feat.
No small feat. And now...
Not at this table.
No, sir. No, only the gentleman's gift all around. The next thing I'm going to do, but I'm not going to do it for a while, is I'm going to do that New Game Plus. Because I started a regular new game to do this because I didn't remember what my equipment was, what any of the systems were in that game. So I'll probably forget them again. But
New Game Plus is really fun. You get like a bunch of new trinkets and stuff, and it's really well done. New Game Plus and Spider-Man just came out.
If I go back to God of War, which I really want to, would it be recommended to do New Game Plus?
Did you beat the game?
Yes.
Then yeah, if you're gonna play it again, do New Game Plus because it's just like
just the same except you have everything.
Well,
I have this weird clean slate thing when I play video games sometimes where I like forego New Game Plus because it's like I want to go back to being like the Kratos with like no fucking shit.
Because will it be harder?
A little bit.
I don't know what, because you would attach a difficulty to New Game Plus, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you pick your New Game Plus difficulty, so you can play easy on New Game Plus if you want, but you start with the Blades of Chaos.
Oh.
And everything.
You have all your upgrades, but they add another tier of upgrades, so you are starting at the baseline. The baseline is just max level from the old game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think I've ever done a New Game Plus on anything before.
Neither did I till God of War. And actually, I loved God of War. I really loved that New Game Plus.
Did you do The Witcher?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. But no, I just did new game. I just did a new game as new game, yeah. Because I played the Game of the Year edition this time around.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Bloodborne stuff, that technically is New Game Plus, right?
No, there's a real New Game Plus in there. You can go in, I think...
Or like the Dark Souls games. Did you do a bunch of the repeated playthroughs in one of the Dark Souls games?
There are those are new game pluses. Those are like enemies getting harder. Those aren't like new games start with nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. We agree. Yes. Dark Souls has, I don't know if Bloodborne does, but Dark Souls has new game plus.
Yeah, and you've played those.
I'm not.
Oh, really?
I'm not. No.
I will also say there were some additional trophies that I didn't get the first time, which were like I missed a Jotner shrine.
How embarrassing.
I know.
One of the triptychs.
Yeah, an occasional like lore piece here and there. And I paid extra attention to those and noticed this game, didn't notice last game, that all of Mimmer's stuff that he's saying, they're putting it right in the book. So you can read it after.
Yep.
It's very nice.
Will you have Mimmer on your belt?
Not
you actually get him.
I sort of wondered if, because of the nature of like how time is cyclical in God of War and Ragnarok, and
I don't know if they.
The world.
I don't know. I was sort of. They know how they're gonna play with that. Though.
I know. I was like, man, what if you start this game with Mimmer on your head and then you go up there and Mimmer? Oh, you could have done some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Next time, baby.
And I played all of this after our spoiler cast, where we had thrown a bunch of theories around. And boy, am I excited to see where that story goes, because that story can go some places.
This is probably good to have to mention, we hit one of our stream goals this week for the God of War, the retrospective, 1, 2, 3. The original God of War trilogy. We're going to be playing through all of them next month.
How are you doing that?
How am I doing that?
Yeah.
PlayStation 3.
Yeah. Oh, you still...
Yes.
I'd have to borrow that from you one day.
Sure, yeah. It's going to be a real deep dive. I'm going to read through all the stories of the PSP games. I'm going to refresh my memory. We're going to...
Are you going to play those PSP games?
If I can find a way to capture them, I probably will.
You can capture them on the, like, you can get those PS3 games or the PSP games on
PS3.
PS3.
Yes, I have that, actually. I have that. We might.
Those are very good games.
I'm only committed to God of War 1, 2, 3 right now.
Well,
but it'll
get committed.
We'll be in the weeds. Just a heads up. It is going to be some in-depth God of War talk. You want to get
for that one.
Nerd-ass nerds talking God of War.
You should only play those games on Mondays and Tuesdays.
I'll see what I can do. Yeah, that'd work. Do one, because I'm planning on crushing them all in a day. I don't think any of them are longer than 10 hours tops.
Just cruise through.
Yeah.
One Monday, Tuesday.
That first one might be rough. I remember that first one being tough, even back in the day to go back to. That first God of War.
Yeah, I think so.
It's
think,
very different.
Honestly, I think
very different.
I think 1 and 2 are much more similar than maybe you're thinking, and then 3 is where it really takes that step forward.
We'll find out. To be honest, I'm kind of just there for the story to refresh my memory and see some of that stuff, and maybe do the odd sex mini game there.
Yeah.
But that'll be coming up in November. You play anything else?
No.
All right. I really have to pee, so let's go take a break. Let's go take a break, and we'll come back here and do the news.
The other thing about
well, talk about Red Dead for a moment. See you here on the side of this musical break. Hey, everybody in the chat. Hey, gang. If somebody pops by, if one of our new friends pops by and is like, hey, what is this? Would you guys just mind telling them that we record so I don't really look at the chat? I saw somebody earlier who was like, hey, hi, it's me. Hey.
Hello.
Me.
Hello.
Hey.
Say my name.
Just let them know.
Do you know? How do you not know I'm here? I'm here.
Why aren't they talking to us?
And that thing Alex was talking about, that drinking mission with what's his name? With whatever his name is, Warren. Tremendous. You should go do it.
Is that a Red Dead thing?
Yeah, it's a real early story mission, and it is.
What
I'll
movies
send
are you guys watching on the 31st?
Oh, my ass.
Repo? Our original date movie.
Yeah, that
Repo?
was something.
I don't know. I don't have any. I don't know. I need ideas. Like some.
Have you watched
Saw? Maybe?
Haunted on Hill House?
Yeah. How many episodes have you watched?
3.
I think I stopped. I think I'm 2 after you. There's a part with dead kittens, and I was like, no, this is too much.
That was like episode 2.
Was it? Okay.
Yes.
The dead kittens were too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dead kittens were right through the line.
I watched it in the daytime, and I'm like, this is totally okay.
Not even just like dead kittens, but like the last kitten that opens.
Oh my God,
I was like,
yeah.
no,
Holy
no.
fuck.
All right.
Take a chill.
Fucking wrap this up.
Yeah, he has the Red Dead.
She's ready.
Update? It might have to update.
No, it starts right after.
Update what? This is the beauty of discs. Get yourself a disc,
Blu-ray
son.
1 of 1. Wait, 1 of 2. These chairs do nothing for my ass.
Yeah, these things suck. Did you guys watch Haunted on Hill House? You guys into scary stuff?
Well, I'm not into. Like, I don't seek it out. It doesn't scare me very much.
You should watch it. It's actually a really good story too.
Yeah. Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
Check it out.
Only if you watch all the Fast and Furious movies.
We are about on like how many are there? There's like 7,
It's 8,
8, including the new one.
including the newest one, which is no longer really.
I think we're on 5. And then we
Oh, that's
stopped.
when it starts getting good.
I know, and then we
Yeah.
stopped because we're like, "Fuck, these movies are really not that good."
Oh, they're fucking fantastic.
Which
I won't
movies?
even fucking hear
Fast
this.
and Furious.
Oh, they're all great.
The first
one, great.
First one's great.
The
The
second
first one is the
The
greatest.
second one is the only one where I will hear a case against it, but I still think it has its.
The second one? Why? Always adjusting his pants in front of these cameras.
Are they spinning off?
Yeah,
Hobbs and Shaw?
Can I have one of these?
Crazy.
Yeah, eat them all. Fuck, I hate these
Like, is
things.
Shaw a good guy? Or is
Yeah,
he
they're
just
you
I
have
mean,
Gus,
you don't even
Gus.
know who Shaw is.
Yeah,
You just got
Jason
one
Statham.
box, you'd end up with like
Shaw's not
a
in.
flat.
No, just one box.
No, but I've seen up until like
Oh,
Take 'em
7.
home with
You've
you.
seen- okay.
And we were
I thought you had
rewatching
only
them.
seen up till 5.
I might.
Those movies are fantastic.
Watching Daredevil?
No.
Good season.
Yeah?
Haven't finished it, but really good so far.
I think I need to be on the front of my ass.
Is your butt getting sore?
Yeah.
You should grab one of these. I find I am a lot more comfy on the black folding chairs.
Maybe I'll do that next time.
That's
My-
legit the only black folding chair in the house.
Is that true? Oh, we can swap.
I should just bring a beanbag chair.
I have a very bony
Or
ass.
3. So I can stack them up. Like a snowman, sit on his head.
Another
Oh my.
good movie that you guys should watch is What We Do in Shadows. Have you guys ever seen that?
No, who's in it?
So
I've
it's
heard of
written
it.
and directed by the same guy who did Thor Ragnarok. Taika Waititi.
Ah, yes.
Is that really? Isn't it? What's his name?
Something like that.
Taika Waititi.
He's a New Zealander.
Oh,
He's really
okay.
funny. And this movie's really funny, and it
Yeah.
has a very good like Halloween vibe to it. So it's
Only-
it's light fare.
If you watch all 6 of the Mission Impossible movies.
No, I watched Fallout. Holy
good.
fuck,
That's
that
a
was a
fucking
good movie.
ride, eh?
Yeah.
That's the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably go see it.
That
I
was a
gotta,
great
I gotta watch
movie.
that one before. Ghost Nation.
That one didn't.
No.
That one didn't slow down too often.
No, holy, it's full on.
Yeah.
What's the one before it?
No. Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go watch. I gotta watch Rogue Nation.
I'm like, fucking
Gross
Tom
Protocols before that.
Cruise.
Gross Protocol.
Not in real life, but holy
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
At 59, he's still on.
He's 59?
Separate the artist from the art with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
100%. Let's come on back here. News you can use with Oliver Aguilar.
The Red Dead app hints at PC and Oculus version.
Yep. We'll just talk about this real fast because we talked a lot of Red Dead. There's a mobile app. You can throw your HUD to it. It exists right now. In that app,
What does that show you? Map?
Map, compass, health, cores,
Cores?
inventory. I don't know inventory. I haven't used it yet. It wasn't available on Friday.
Do you think that's a legit way of playing?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because you mentioned that.
I want no HUD. I want no HUD on my cowboy game. I'll
But
have
then
it on
you're
the
looking
phone.
like down.
Only
That's like
every
more-
now
it
and
feels
again
like more HUD.
when I'm checking the map. I'm
Yeah, there's 2
physically
screens worth of HUD.
physically pulling a map and checking it.
Yeah.
It's just like heads down display.
Is more like because it's in my lap. That's well played.
As a
I
cowboy.
can guarantee you, if video games always had their HUD on the phone, you'd be like, why can't they just put it on the screen where I'm playing?
They don't, right? And if they're always slow, it'd be like, why can't they just speed it up?
I was fucking still asking that.
Yeah, it's true. They in the app, I guess there's some lines of coding. One that refers to a PC version and graphics settings, and one that refers to the Oculus Rift.
How far after 5 did the PC... So how
Oh,
far
that's a good
after the
question.
release of 5 on consoles did the PC come? Because I imagine that's a thing.
I want to say it was at least a year, yeah.
Oh,
If
shit.
not 2.
I don't. We should fact check that. I'm not sure.
Do you guys remember VR?
I do. This game, Red Dead has a first person. You can play it all in first person if you want.
So it's Call of Duty.
I bet that there will be some dumb fucking wear the VR and play Red Dead thing they're working on.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. I don't know. It has the word
You can sell
Oculus
it
in
to
there.
all 6 people still with their VR hooked up.
It has the word Oculus in there. Why wouldn't it? That'll be a bad way to play that game. Probably don't do that.
How's your VR? You still got your VR hooked up?
It's sitting there.
There's
I
still
never.
stuff to play.
Yeah.
I'll use it like every month. I go and play like the class. It's almost like a workout thing where like, you know what? I feel like I need to move around. I'm gonna
Get my
play
super hot on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go play super hot, or I'm gonna play the bow game for a little bit.
So GTA 5 released on original September 13th or September 17th, 2013. On PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on November 18th, 2014, and PC April 14th, 2015. So about a year and a half later.
Wow.
And Red Dead didn't ever come to PC. Grand Theft Auto has a long history making it to PC. Red Dead hasn't. So
I wonder if they'll be able to
kind of
speed that up
news.
because they won't be making the next generation port.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. It's such a weird space because Grand Theft Auto Online is still out there and has made billions with a B dollars. So like, would it be you? I don't think you want to do anything to fuck with that. Don't leave the sacred cash cow alone. You know, if putting this out on PC, which, and again, like the multiplayer, the online stuff is way bigger on PC. That's where all the mods are. That's where the tools are. That's where the role playing stuff is. I don't know. They're in a weird spot now, competing against themselves. Battlefield V is a video game. Sorry, you thought?
I just wanted to chat about VR a little bit more.
Sure.
Brando, you had mentioned you did that haunted hospital
Yes.
thing. Yeah, that sounds cool.
It was
I wish they'd do more shit like that.
it was a experience, and that is by definition. And I have nothing better to say than
I
that.
mean-
like I don't think it was good. Like I think as VR goes, I don't think it was.
like
good.
strapping-
I've played good VR games.
Strapping on a backpack and going in a room where you can interact with
Sure.
stuff.
Yes. The concept.
sounds awesome.
The concept of them having like the room was the right size, felt like the right size of the game. I can see the appeal of the like come pay some money and just do this novel thing
Yeah.
in a way that I couldn't as much see the appeal for owning it. But at the same time, having played it at Matt's house and played some pretty decent VR games, when I was in that VR world, I was also like, this is just not a good game. This is not a very good VR game.
My vision has always been like that sort of thing, but get like 4 people in a room, and then you are all of a sudden in like a Tomb Raider-esque tomb, and it's like essentially an escape room, but you are in like
Or like a co-op
world.
shooter. Or like a lightsaber fighting game. Listen, anything in VR where you can just fucking walk around and not have wires and be in a big space would probably be
Yeah.
that
pretty
sounds
amazing right now.
So yes, maybe I'm living on an edge where I've had a better VR experience, not with Matt, but I've played way better games with Matt, and maybe someone somewhere could put those together.
VR is still pretty awesome, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the
Con-
concept
conceptually,
of VR
it is very
continues to
awesome.
be awesome.
And it's getting wireless. Like I think the Rift might be wired. I don't know. One of the headsets is practically wireless at this point. They're getting there. A few years. Onward is still real fun. Battlefield 5. That's coming out in November, I think, in like just a couple weeks here. The Battle Royale mode is not coming until spring 2019.
I am no businessman. That feels like a big miss.
That feels like a huge miss, especially because myself, and I'm going to say the whole reason there's a news story, everyone else in the world, when they're like, hey, Battlefield 5 is going to have a Battle Royale mode. It's called Firestorm. Here are the details. Thought that, of course, it would launch with the game, just like Call of Duty did.
Yeah. And now, in a world since Call of Duty, where everyone is either playing the Call of Duty Battle Royale mode and by all accounts having a good time with it,
Yeah,
I've heard it's very, very
I've
good.
heard it's really good
or
too.
being anti Call of Duty because they're so pro Battlefield, where they're like, we'll just fucking wait for ours, wait for fucking our time to shine, and then this news drops where it's like, well, it's not.
Well,
It's
we're
gonna
going.
be- it's
Come
gonna
on,
be a bit-
Battlefield. We're going back to Fortnite. Let these pansies have it. Do we think Red Dead Online launches with a battle royale thing in it? You think there's some kind of 100 cowboys?
Do you think it'd be like the
I think it'd be-
controls?
Oh no, I
and
think it'd
the
be terrible.
Mechanical.
Fucking
I feel
stupid
like
as shit.
I feel like
Okay.
Rockstar isn't chasing that like everyone else wants to chase that.
no,
I
not.
think
I don't think
Rockstar
it'd
is
be like
doing
a-
well enough where they're like, I don't know, we'll tell you what's fun.
I bet we at least see it. If it isn't a mainstay, I bet it comes in as a joke. I bet it comes in really shitty. They're like, here's our battle royale mode.
Yeah.
Flip the bird at all the other battle royale games.
Yeah, that's all it is on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about that
The Housers,
blackout mode.
their
Though.
fingers up. What do you ask me anything about blackout mode?
Have you played it?
No.
Oh,
ask me anything. I know a lot about video games. I
I don't know.
Braggart.
Just because I don't know. Call of Duty has always been like the most solid shooter I've ever played.
From I've watched quite a bit of footage of people playing it. From what I have gathered, it is like, imagine PUBG. Remember PUBG?
Yep.
Take all the jank out and make it shoot like Call of Duty. Make it shoot and play well.
Yeah,
And-
make the menus navigatable for a controller.
Yeah, make putting things on your gun like fucking snappy and sense making.
Fly a helicopter.
Fly helicopter. And yeah, it's a lot like that.
Yeah.
It is eating PUBG's lunch, I totally think, and all the PUBG players are flipping their shit at me, but it is.
Just because your game is really hard to control and put attachments on your guns and shit doesn't make it good.
And that PC version still doesn't have like
That's
or
the
Xbox
realism
version.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're
I can't wait for Red
We're
Dead.
trying to slow down games
I
here.
can figure out how to change my stance in real life way easier than I can in PUBG. Battlefield 5. I guess a bunch of their shit is launching as as post game content here. They're calling it a live service journey through the Second World War. And the reason I pulled this picture and really a lot of the story is something that doesn't launch with the game but is coming out. The practice range. Your first piece of your live service journey through Second World War will be the practice range. If you want to get in there and do the thing that you have been able to do in every single first-person shooter since the dawn of time, especially Battlefield and Call of Duty, and learn how the weapons work, you just wait a couple weeks. We might have that mode out for you, if you want.
That's
I mean, it's like going to boot camp.
Here's all this
if you're
shit,
joining
like-
the army, you got to go to boot camp.
They've
well,
got
they're making it more exciting by not giving it to you at the beginning.
all their single
Anticipation.
player stuff is being, I don't know if all the single player stuff, sorry, but some of the single player, which again they're doing like a stories mode. They don't have a standard campaign. That stuff is coming out in the first piece comes out between December and January, and then another piece between January and March. Like, looking at this, Battlefield 5 feels super unfinished. Why are they trickling out all their content over the next half a year?
Because it's time to release it.
Yeah, I guess.
It's release date time.
Like
Put that game out.
Rush mode, the fucking staple of Battlefield multiplayer, is not... Oh, I guess people play Conquest now. Is not even in until the second... Squad Conquest is not even in until the second... That's the very last content drop in the second thing.
You don't have to show me.
It's so ridiculous. Like, the more you read into it, it's offensive and stupid. And then the very last thing in March 2019 is their new Firestorm mode. On top of all that, they'll probably sell a season pass, and they'll probably do a bunch of map bullshit.
It's going to be very expensive to get a lot of the major stuff that you would associate with that game when you first heard about it.
Yeah.
In a way that Call of Duty kind of launched with every... Well...
Totally.
Not the campaign, but at least we got over the campaign shock.
Yeah.
And they never said they were going to give us a campaign.
So this stuff won't cost money. You just gotta wait to play it. Yes, it's.
Oh, that's not as bad then.
It doesn't say that it's gonna cost money.
Then
that
I
would
go
be
back.
Fucking insane.
Then I go back to what Kevin said and just said it was time to release something.
Yeah. This single-handedly unsold me on Battlefield 5. There, up until this week, I was getting Battlefield 5 on release, and now I'm gonna wait for a sale. I'm good. I'll wait till next year.
If you're not watching on the video, just listening to the audio, Matt numerous times pointed out the problems on the piece of paper.
I have a picture on the page, and I was getting fucking just.
Look at this here, Brandon.
Oh,
See where this comes
Look at the timeline.
Like I'm not holding the piece of paper in front of me.
That one's
Reaching
next.
across.
Look at it. Fucking look at it. Blizzard says Diablo 4 won't be at BlizzCon. They also say y'all need to chill the fuck out.
Chill.
Yeah. Oh, but
I gotcha.
because they're Blizzard. Yeah. We heard some stories that they're working on multiple Diablo projects. The media, this podcast included, took all that and was like, Diablo 4 is coming! Although, I think we here preached sense, and we're like, well, I mean, character and maybe expansion, and like, maybe, no, never Diablo 4, who knows? They say, basically, Diablo 4, yeah, it is coming. It will not be at this BlizzCon. The exact line they use is, we know what many of you are hoping for, and we can only say that good things come to those who wait, but evil things often take longer.
That's terrible.
They're working on Diablo 4.
That's the tagline.
Yeah. What are they going to have at this year's BlizzCon, though? Something, I think we know one Diablo project for sure. Maybe two.
They have a playable demo of WoW Classic.
That's not a
BlizzCon.
Diablo project.
Yeah, but you said what are they having at BlizzCon?
What are the two Diablo projects, if not Diablo 4? I think probably expansion and a remaster of Diablo 2. Or a character. Expansion/character and a remastered Diablo 2.
Lucio.
It's Lucio. That's right. We finally got him. You remember Fortnite? Anyone here remember Fortnite?
OG Fortnite.
Nah.
I saw a fucking kid doing a Fortnite dance at a Denny's this morning.
It's funny whenever I hear people say that, and I'm like, I see, as a man who walks around with a TV camera,
You
6 or
lots.
7 Fortnite dances a day.
Yeah, and you're so desensitized to it. I'm here eating my eggs Benny, just watching some kid floss, thinking about throwing up in my mouth.
Yeah. No. You go around, you like wrap back around when you see it that much, and you start like being like, that guy's probably one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, I should maybe. This seems to be where the money is. I should maybe throw my hat in this ring.
I like the fucking L dance where they kick out the legs.
Yeah.
That's the best one to see an actual human do.
My nephew was playing Fortnite today.
Stop him from doing
Everyone's
that.
nephew
Stop.
plays
I
Fortnite.
Stop him.
But
Stop.
like things they've like renewed that whole map, and like there's an event going on right now where there's like goblins or something, or like zombies or something.
That game is live.
Yeah, that game is
They
really live.
Officially ask you not to call them zombies. That's in their single player save the world mode.
Okay.
Hello.
But it's really different. They've added a lot of shit that's like probably freshens it up a lot.
Totally.
Your nephew floss?
Yes, he does.
okay,
He does. He's poor at it. He's very poor at it.
Yeah, my niece is also just getting into Fortnite. It was her birthday last weekend, and I was talking to her. She's 11 now. Yeah, something like that. And she's telling me about Fortnite, and I'm like, yes, I know about Fortnite.
Yes.
And
I'm a video game expert.
she was really confused. Like, how do you know about Fortnite? Only kids know about Fortnite. You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
That's right.
Cool video game playing Uncle Kevin.
You want to know what's worse than seeing a kid floss? You fucking walk into a Spirit Halloween, half the store fucking Fortnite shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was enough like iconic Fortnite
Skins,
characters or skins
that
that you could dress up as one.
What was the thing when we were kids? Like, there must have been this, right? When we were kids, and it was a Pokemon.
I think it was
when we were
Pokemon,
getting way
yeah.
into it, everyone who was older was like, what the fuck? You guys are so stupid. What is
Pokemon
this?
felt different because it was a game and it was a card, collectible card thing and a show.
Oh, there will be a Fortnite show.
Oh, I'm
it's
sure there will.
coming.
Yeah.
And like, I misspoke. I don't think Fortnite is stupid. It is just so in my face, and like, I need to breathe. I think
it impacts people who like a wide array of games negatively because all of a sudden everyone in the world wants to talk about video games, and when you want to talk about video games with them, it's just Fortnite.
Wait, one more question regarding Fortnite.
I'm still talking about Fortnite.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think we've had this conversation, but chicken and egg thing, did like the floss dance and the yell dance and all that other shit, did that originate in Fortnite?
I don't know.
They were real dances. It's the whole World of Warcraft thing. They were real dances, and then it was like a YouTube video of a kid doing whatever.
Yeah, it was a backpack.
And then they put them in the game, and then from the game they became way more popular. Same thing with World of Warcraft. Saw a video of a dude dancing, made that dance into whatever, the Draenei dance, and then everyone knows it now.
Grandfather of the floss, the original.
Yes, World of Warcraft.
Who's probably like
grandfather of the floss.
12 now. The sage will.
13.
You were the first man to floss.
The first flosser turned 14 last week. The Save the World mode, the PvE, the thing that initially launched, what Fortnite once was.
Pay for?
Yeah.
The thing you have to pay for is going free to play. Apparently, it was going free to play, and that was known. We missed it here because we don't run in that circle all that much. But that has been pushed back. Apparently, Epic says they expect the new influx of players to be too much for their servers to handle.
Okay.
Which, yes, seems fucking insane because 7 billion people play that game every day.
Yeah.
It's
and 12 new ones are coming in to play the PvE mode.
Yeah. PvE will not be available on all versions, they say. Things like Switch won't have it. Tablet version won't have it. But apparently that's coming next year sometime. I would get in and check it out and see what the PvE is. That was the thing. Once upon a time, Fortnite was just this.
Yeah.
Before this Battle Royale thing, Fortnite was a failing PvE game that nobody in the world should have paid for.
Yes. And they got jocked so hard for copying PUBG stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So
I remember
hard.
that, too. This is all only in the space of, like, this has only been like a year and a half.
I know. It's wild. I
Um,
remember playing the Battle Royale mode because it was free on PlayStation and, like, waiting when they would announce PUBG to come to PlayStation, because like I don't really like this
for babies.
Yeah, I want to play PUBG with all my friends. The cool game.
We've had a big. We're really starting to kind of, the stream's starting to grow, and I can tell we're starting to make it because now we have a constant influx of people, and you can tell they're almost always. If someone comes in and says, "Do you play Fortnite?" You're like, "Well, no." And I would bet hard money that you are under 12 years old. I would bet you a fat stack of cash, and it's been happening. Lots lately.
Really?
Lots. Like,
that's good news overall, right?
Sometimes like 30 times in a day.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Why don't you just start saying yes and
I
not
don't
play
know.
Fortnite?
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Fortnite night is coming up. We're planning on fixing it into the schedule.
I thought about making a sign that said I don't play Fortnite, but that seems rude. I don't know.
Just be like, stay tuned and try to just win them over.
Yeah. If one day I might.
Yep.
One day I might.
Hey, stay tuned, youngin.
Never heard of it.
Hitman 2. You heard of that game?
Yes, sir.
I want to congratulate myself. I got the elusive target on Hitman yesterday. It was fucking awesome. Scoped him out, ran through the map, took like an hour just watching him where he went, reset the loop, found the other target, scoped her out, went in, laid out a plan, and went seamlessly. It was awesome.
Excellent.
Elusive targets are great. Everyone knows what those are?
Yes.
Perfect.
I just I just took all of the episodes of the the most recent Hitman
Hitman game
off of Game Pass because I realized they were on there.
Oh, did you not have? You don't have Hitman, or you just had
I
like
had
a couple
Hitman
episodes?
and I had 2 episodes.
Okay.
And I liked them. I just never went. I think something else came out, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm not going to pursue this any. But then I was like, oh, they're all on here.
They're
So
so
I'm gonna go play
good.
those other maps.
That's my biggest gaming regret is not getting way into Hitman. Hitman 2 is out in a couple weeks. Sean Bean is the first elusive target. He cuts a sick promo. Sorry, a trailer where he basically talks shit about how like because Sean Bean's the guy who always dies, right? It's fantastic.
This like the decision to cast Sean Bean. It's like it is bigger than just a good casting. It is like you as a developer and creator of this game just have your fingers on the pulse of everything I'm
no, you
into.
guys get it.
Yeah,
you guys really get
know
it.
it. Like I trust you to make a good video game because you're like it's got to be Sean Bean.
Gotta be. You should, if you haven't seen it, you should go watch the trailer. It is amazing. He is the promo. He is amazing.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. We did our wrestling pay-per-view gambling stream today, and so I'm talking all wrestling terms, brother.
The ladies are
the
wrestled
women's.
last night.
Yeah. That gambling point stream. So we have like the points in the stream chat, and we bet them all. I lost 50,000 points today. Yep.
I'm gonna have to go to a point shark.
I'm gonna need if somebody out there, one of the leaders now, wants to lend me a couple points.
Give
I
you
feel
back
like
with
I'm one of
interest.
those leaders, aren't they?
Probably not anymore. People
Does
were
it
throwing
reset?
stacks today. No reset, but like somebody
Oh.
made 50. If I lost 50,000,
Oh,
somebody
yeah,
made 50,000.
That's not how
That's
that
not
works.
how that works at all. That's all the news I got. You guys want to do some emails?
Let's do it.
All right. Podcast, talkingrebels.com is the email address. I've pulled 2 of these emails. This one, let's read the short one first here. It's from Steiner. I think I'm saying that right. And from Iceland. He says, hey, Talking Reckless crew, I was wondering who's your favorite video game companion / sidekick. Mine would be Garrus from the Mass Effect trilogy. No competition.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
Time?
what's her name? Oh God.
What game?
BioShock Infinite.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Yeah. Come back to me. I'm working on mine.
Elizabeth because
Kevin or OJ?
Garrus is really cool.
Oh, you can't. He said
I
it.
know. I don't know.
Is boy a cop out? I actually really like
Yeah,
rolling with
yeah, I
Atreus.
don't think
I'll
that's
say
a cop
Ellie.
out.
I like Ellie way more than I like Atreus.
Good
Okay.
call with Ellie.
Ellie
yeah.
is a hardcore badass.
mine was
Yes.
between Ellie and Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I almost went to Ellie because I couldn't remember Elizabeth's name.
Ellie's good. Ellie kills a man real slow like.
Snake really doesn't have a good side. Like Otacon?
Nope.
No, he's kind of shitty.
Yeah, he's super shitty.
Yeah.
Nobody in
what
Metal
other
Gear
games
is
are
a good
there?
sidekick.
Yeah.
D-Dog. D-Dog is great.
D-Dog's an alright
yeah,
sidekick.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
D-Dog
Yeah.
is very good.
D-Horse is also pretty good.
Because he can poop.
Yeah.
Do it.
D Walker's probably doesn't count because it's not.
Yeah, not
sentient.
sentient.
All right,
Yeah.
sorry to bring it all the way back to the beginning of the show,
Uh-huh.
but we didn't ask this,
Mary Jane.
and I feel like I need to ask this. Have you seen the testicles change size?
I haven't even
I've
thought of
seen
that.
I've seen the testicles. I before I learned
Didn't
that.
get your fucking little measuring thing out.
No, I'm in. No,
I'm
I haven't.
surprised you can't do that.
Yeah, I haven't yet. That could. Who knows? Maybe that's bullshit. Maybe that's not true. I've seen the testicles.
Another one of those bullshit things. that
Before I
says it.
realized you could like just look at your horse and it just says like mare or I've only had mares, so I don't know what. It's just horse, steed.
Okay.
I don't know what's a
the
male
female?
horse. Yeah, whatever. I only have had mares.
Claymore.
Clay. That's what it is. Yeah, male
Stud.
horse is called a claymore. I was looking at horse genitalia, trying to figure out the sex of my horse. Because Roach is a mare. I only ride mares named Roach.
Can you name?
Absolutely, you can name them.
Name all Roach.
Maybe
Have you named like Roach 1, Roach 2 kind of thing, or
No.
just all?
How do you
Oh,
know
they're
which
all
one's
Roach.
which?
they're all
'cause
good Roach
They
roaches.
die.
I have yet to. Oh, it's not true. I've lost the horse. That horse I don't think had a name though. This was before I knew you could name him.
Been through a desert.
Sorry, video game companions.
Sullivan.
Does he? Yeah, okay. He
Yeah,
shoots with you.
He's totally a sidekick.
He's beside
Sullivan
you sometimes.
or Chloe or even Elena. All 3 of those are really good.
As a man who doesn't disagree with you too often, I think those are all shitty companions.
Really?
Yeah.
Here.
They're clever.
I
They're
feel like
fun to
I
hang
see.
out
I
with.
feel like I see his gun popping off sometimes, but I don't think he's ever shot anything.
Okay, effective probably not because Drake's just there, just blasting fools away.
I will say worst companions, Mass Effect Andromeda, because they
Okay.
do nothing. I let them sit for an entire... I was like, here, you guys handle this. I'm going for a smoke or whatever. Came back, they're still just fighting away. They do literally 0 damage.
No. I will say, God rest his soul, worst companion, maybe Morden Solus in Mass Effect 2, the final mission exclusively.
Pour one out.
Yeah.
Because, my God, if you don't hold his hand through that whole goddamn suicide mission,
True.
he'll fucking stub his toe and drop dead.
And down he goes. Kev, who's your favorite?
I don't
Oh, come on.
think
now.
about games like you guys think about games. I have never in my life thought like, oh, this is the coolest sidekick I've ever seen in a video game.
Wow, it must be so boring.
Even
to
like
you.
ranking video games for the game of the year stuff is like, all games are great.
That's true. There's never been a bad game, I guess.
I guess. The Mahatma Gandhi of video games. Oh, I shouldn't throw this away.
What about your Prince Guard in 15?
Yeah.
No, fuck those.
What are
I like
they?
Ignis.
Not
I like
yeah.
Iggy. Iggy's
Is
alright.
Ignis the glasses guy?
Yeah,
blind?
The,
Yeah,
the,
that was the best
small
one.
me one.
The photographer guy.
No,
He was pretty good.
My
That
least
did suck.
I
favorite
like the
guy.
photographer guy.
did
There you
sucks.
go. He's got an answer.
Yeah, there you go.
Any of those Final Fantasy VI?
Well, this was the best
They're
one.
all main characters.
Yeah, I suppose. The Kupo.
Goofy and
what's-
Donald.
Mog.
They
Mog.
suck.
No?
He's a main character.
Chance wrote in and said, I've realized the most power... Okay, I do not agree with this. Here we go. I've realized the most powerful D&D tool is not D&D Beyond or pen and paper or even your own imagination. It is the social simulation / video game Second Life. My experience with the
baby.
game is limited. But what I know about the map editing tools and character creator from various videos, it can be the ultimate realization of your fantasies, sexual or otherwise. Have any of you experimented with Second Life? Would you consider it now?
I would consider it as of the reading of this email.
Should I drop out of college to make my fortune as a Second Life DM? For my real question, are there any tropes you find yourself adhering to? Okay, he's got a real question. For my real question, are there any tropes... let's talk about the Second Life thing. Anyone play Second Life?
No.
Does anyone know enough about Second Life?
I know a lot about
to-
Second Life.
I know
Okay.
that. I know that like real estate in Second Life can be sold for money in the real world.
I know that they've blurred that you can live. Have you ever seen Ready Player One?
I've read it.
Okay, that's probably the same thing, I assume.
I
It's
hope
probably,
not.
it's probably,
That's a good assumption.
that's probably
I will back that assumption because that's
Well, yeah,
the same assumption I have.
Ready Player One is like, Second Life, but blown up to the nth degree.
yeah, exactly. So that's what it is, and there you go. Question answered.
All right, done. Easy. For his real question, are there any tropes you find yourself adhering to when at the table? As an example, I tend to play edgelords that are just complete losers. Are there any tropes you tend to stick to? I will say my characters are almost always damaged goods in some form or
I've only
another.
played like 2 games, and even then, like very little. Mm-hmm. And the characters that I chose between them have been vastly different, or I had visions of them being vastly different.
You'll find time. You'll settle into your tropes. Give yourself time.
I tend to I shouldn't say all, but most of my characters that I've like developed a multi-page backstory for all end up having like they come from a destroyed homeland.
Yeah,
or
never
like
never a nice
broken-
backstory.
broken family in some way.
Hell yeah. Some real fucked up shit to
Yeah.
draw on later as a character. I like to play characters who I always envision having unhappy endings. I like unhappy endings a lot.
Yeah, me too.
So I always am like, yep, this guy's fucked up, and here is how I hope his story will eventually end, and he will die alone or whatever.
That's sad.
That's how I like to. I don't know. I don't always like being the knight in
Maybe
shining
you're
armor,
projecting.
you know? Yes, certainly. Anyone? Any other?
I've only played D&D one time.
Yeah,
And by
role-playing
definition,
games. Role-playing games in general.
you cannot have a trope. Well, what other role-playing game? I haven't played any.
Played that wrestling on us that one time there. That
What
one
is
that
this? What are some similarities
Hubcap
between
Brando.
that one
Shay and Hubcap Brando?
We should
What
play
was the
D&D more,
crossover?
you
they're
guys.
both laughers.
They're both small.
They're both comedy.
Yeah,
Comedic.
it looks comedic.
They both
Yeah.
have. Both those characters had a punchline under them.
Sure. Yeah, there you go.
Hubcap Brando. Yeah,
The name snuck up on me.
we should play more D&D.
Yeah.
Is that
We'll just keep saying that.
is that what you meant?
No,
He
I
said it.
just said that.
He said the
Oh,
words.
I thought you were saying the wrestling one.
Oh no, no. If
Either
we're ever,
or.
if I am not, if we're ever, Warren, I hope you're listening. If we're ever gonna run that wrestling one again, someone else will have to run it. I'm sort of not down.
Was it really not fun for you?
That was not fun for me at
It
all.
didn't look fun for you.
No. Oh, so
You're-
did it? I thought I was playing it pretty cool,
I'm not a
as
dummy.
best as I could. It was like it was.
It's like when your parent is like everything's okay, and it's like
No, it's not.
okay.
It was yeah, but it was
We're
like
just gonna be
strike you.
living. Mommy and Dad are gonna living in different houses
That's
now.
right.
so. For context, we tried playing this wrestling.
Did we ever talk about that?
I think
No,
we did.
I don't think.
we
Not,
No,
not?
because I think we only did that 2 weeks ago and we didn't have a show.
Okay.
Was it
Yeah.
2 weeks ago that we played?
I remember talking about it.
Trying to
but,
block it all out of my
yeah.
memory.
Well, yeah,
You
we
didn't
did.
really.
I
dig
didn't like it.
We
at all,
played.
no.
We played Worldwide Wrestling. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Sure.
Worldwide Wrestling, the tabletop RPG. It's a apocalypse world system, and I super didn't care for it. So having time to think about it after the fact, a lot of it is on me. I was running the game, and I can sit there and make up a story, make up a swords and sorcery story. Just like that, because that is what I have lived and read and loved for 27 years. When it comes to like making up an interesting wrestling story, I have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And I mean, we kind of didn't get to that point even, but like it was, I don't know, I didn't love
We were
it.
developing a story that, like, what we
Sort
threw down
of.
on the table. Warren did that like really shitty swerve at the very end where he just stole the show. If we were gonna carry that on, we'd be like, guys, Warren's fucking hogging the spotlight.
spotlight.
Guy's tough to work with.
Yeah, tough to work with.
Only out for himself.
I kind of maybe like you got less enamored with it the farther away I got from it and the more I thought back on it. And I was also kind of doing the dance of, I don't know if I liked it. Did you like it?
Yeah.
I don't want to be the only guy who didn't like it if you really
that
liked
was totally
it.
me at the end. I was the
Yeah.
first one who's like, so should we play that
Yeah.
again?
And I'm like, my eyes
Like,
are darting
what?
around the table. Like,
No, it wasn't like
it's a game that like it works as well as it worked because of our familiarity with wrestling.
Yeah,
yes.
I
Yeah.
thought all the parts where it was a game, all the parts where it was drawing the inspiration from D&D were just done so kind of sloppily, where it felt like there was like you get these. No, without getting into the minutia of the game, you earn these momentum chips incredibly easily, and then you can just spend them, outspend people if you want to make anything happen.
Yep. But no one did that. Someone could have when Warren kind of did that at the very end.
I did that to
Warren
stop
sort of did his
Warren
thing.
from, because I was gonna super kick. Warren did his thing at the end to be like the last man standing.
Did you say you were going to super kick it?
I was gonna super kick Warren.
Oh, right, because you were
real
all,
life.
you were all about the super kicks. That's
yeah,
right.
I was doing all the super kicks.
Love
af-
super kicks.
After the champion decided not to give him his title shot,
Yeah.
then I was like, okay, perfect end of this would be super kick. And then Warren was like, no, I'm going to use these
No.
chips to say that you can't super kick me. And I'm going to be like, I'm going to use these way more chips
Yeah.
to say that you can't say that I can't
It was a
super
weird.
kick you.
It was a weird. Like it didn't do a great job of this. The systems should be designed to kind of guide you to role playing the scenes to moving on to the next scene, basically. But like the you just get caught up in the systems and they make no sense. And like even if you're just playing it as a dice game, it's not fun.
Yeah, there's just a flow, and like I said 100 times, this is comparing it to a game that has been refined and perfected over a long time.
It's true.
There's a
Apocalypse World has been around for a very long time.
Right.
Also.
But playing D&D, there was just a really like there was a flow to it where it felt like even if we spent kind of the whole time we were sitting there walking around, it was like, okay, we're walking around now, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna fight, and then we're gonna walk around. Whereas this just felt like all the fun I could garner from it was just like, I've watched a lot of wrestling. What would a good wrestling match look like?
And it doesn't. We're really getting into the minutia of the game.
Let's do it. Let's
the guy
let's
running
fucking tear this thing apart.
the guy running the game, like as a player, is creative in this game and has their own set of moves that they can use. But like they make it very clear in the rules that like no, when we're playing D&D, I'd say like 75% of the role playing is on the DM and like here's the world, here's what you see, smell,
Right.
feel, whatever. With the wrestling one, it was 0 is on creative almost. Creative literally books the matches.
Right.
And then can use like different moves on people.
Right. We're doing all of the kind of imaginative
But yeah, so
stuff.
it's totally up to the players. And like as I could see me being like, I don't know what this is. Okay, it's I don't know. It's getting away from me, and I don't have the tools to like pull it back.
Right.
I didn't love it.
Yeah.
To me, it seems like, especially, and for our table where we all have
It's from a bard friend.
dozens and dozens of years of watching wrestling under our belts,
And role-playing games.
and-
Tabletop role-playing games.
and role-playing games, like I could only imagine like somebody who wasn't really into wrestling like trying to play this
that game. Yeah.
I've watched some YouTube videos because I wanted to get an idea of how this game was played, and yeah, these people did not really understand wrestling the way we understand wrestling, and it was no good.
I struggled conceptually even with how many layers of character I was supposed to go down into kayfabe.
And it's not clear. We'll look up a good like D&D rules wrestling game. Maybe we'll try that out.
Sure.
Something with a D20 on it.
But yeah, like I thought with the experience with wrestling at this table, I thought we would have done well. And I thought I had a lot of fun. It seems like I was the only one that had fun.
I think we did as well as we could have done.
Yeah,
If
sure.
I would have got to do any role playing, that would have been fun. But like, I should have made
came out with a
characters.
Mr. McMahon character.
I should have had characters prepared.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't know that.
I guess.
I think there's enough like problems with just the mechanics of it for me. That was my big problem where I was like, it seems like it's way too like the match can, you say when the match stops, but if we're just working fast enough and being like, okay, and then I do this move, roll the dice, then I do this move, and then you roll the dice, and someone's getting momentum, and you're stacking that stuff up real quick, and then it just becomes spend to make whatever I want to happen.
Yeah.
I like D&D.
Do you?
Yeah.
Let's play once a month. Once a month is not often enough. We don't have to play for 20 hours at a time.
I disagree there.
We could do 3.
I feel like
Once
once
a
a month D&D is right up my alley.
Nah.
We should play
We
more
could do
D&D.
we could do big party, little party. We could do big party once a month, little party twice a month. We could figure that out.
Just like side stories.
Yeah, I could figure that out.
Bullshitting in a bar and
I want to be
get a fight in an alley.
Sure.
I want to be a dwarf that just steps out of the other realm whenever I'm here.
We'll work that in. We'll work that in. I just want to play D&D now.
I wanna
Podcast
play
at
more D&D as well.
talkingreckless.com is an email address. Please write in your questions or drop on our subreddit r/talkingreckless. Nothing is too good for the show here.
Look at it.
We're holding up our show notes. Video games, D&D, wrestling, whatever you want to know about. Ask.
TV shows.
Roman Reigns has cancer.
Roman
He
Reigns
does.
is leukemia is the type of cancer.
so.
Yeah. Roman Reigns over on WWS Cancer, which is tough because I really love to hate Roman Reigns.
I know.
Yeah.
And you also love his music.
Well, and I love his music, yeah. But now that he's gone, I feel like the music is retired on the stream. We're not doing that. My Matt E. Diaz has new entrance music now.
Yes.
We just respect. We show our respect.
That's right.
He's gonna kick its ass. Honestly, he'll be champ, and we'll be hating him again in like a year and a half.
Everything
and
will be back to normal.
nothing will have
What sort of
changed.
annoys me about the fickleness of crowds, really, is because leading up to all this, he was like the most hated guy, and after that, he became like the Reddit squared circle darling.
That's
Well,
because it's because the same people who hate him
Like
are
me.
the people who are smart enough to know that it's like, oh, that's a real that's a real person.
I hate Roman Reigns. Joe, whatever his name is, the whatever his real name is.
Joe Samoa.
That'd be really
All
funny,
over
but
No.
all over Philippines. We hate Roman. We don't hate Joe. Joe is a great dude who goes out there and puts his body on the line for us every week, so that we have someone to boo.
It's just like he said during his promo that he cut, which was like the best promo he's ever cut.
Yes, it
And-
Came from the heart.
Yeah,
sad for two reasons.
but he said specifically in there, it's like whether you cheered for me or you booed for me, the only thing that matters is that you reacted to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's where you get. That's how you get paid.
Yeah.
You get paid whether they cheer you or boo you.
Hey, well, you know what?
It's when they go silent.
Also, when it gets real, I'm pretty proud that most people are like on the smart side of it.
Yes.
Yes, there are still the people who believe wrestling are real are really dumb.
Kids
Yeah.
should.
Kids should, yes.
It
but
should be like Santa Claus.
there are
where-
lots of adults
Yeah.
who can't make that distinction for whatever reason.
No, it was the greatest way I heard someone put it. I don't know if it was one of you guys or in one of the videos I was watching, but I heard someone put it that if you think wrestling is real, that should disappear the first time you see someone do an Irish whip.
Yeah.
Yes.
The physics aren't there. Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Irish lip and climb a ladder.
Yeah.
Those-
Slowly.
Yeah.
We got some streams coming up. Holy shit, this is a busy ass week. It's Halloween and it's Extra Life. Tuesday, that's tomorrow. That's All Hallows Eve. We're going to be playing some scary games. We're going to be getting spooked over on talkingreckless.com/live.
Do you know which ones?
We're going to play a little Resident Evil 7. I'm getting a bunch. Because I want it to be scary. So if Resident Evil 7 is turning out not to be enough for us, I've got a bunch.
I'll say it. Resident Evil 7.
Scary?
The first beginning. Not
Perfect.
even the beginning. Probably the first half of that game.
Yep.
Very scary.
Yep.
Awesome. Good. Lights down.
Yep.
Speakers up loud.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You get to the point where I think it's partially comfort and partially the submachine guns they give you, where you're like, it's not so scary anymore.
Yeah, this feels good now.
Yeah, now we're mowing down the fear.
I played Visage is the
PT.
spiritual successor to PT. That game is fucking scary. Like, it is jump scares, but because you're ready for them, it has to put you like off guard and then hit you with. Oh my god!
I learned something about myself while we're on scary games. Can you kill the enemy?
In Visage,
Yeah.
no.
Then I will not be scared.
What?
Yeah.
Even if it's like I'm walking through a quiet hallway
Yeah, no,
and like,
because jump scares don't really get me when I'm playing video. Like they'll get me a little bit.
You
I'll
gotta
be
want to
like,
be. You gotta want to be in the mood. You gotta want to be.
No,
Scared.
I know, and I'm not like trying. I never stream, so I have no reason to actively.
That's true.
Change how I'm reacting. It's I get scared when I'm like, oh, it's these enemies that are hard to kill, and I'm going to die, and they're everywhere. That's when I'm like, fuck. But the whole
That's
like
fair.
whenever it's like, as soon as I realize like, oh, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it's like,
soon as you
okay,
die
let's
to
just
it
watch
once.
and see what happens. Yeah.
It's frightening in the ways that PT was. Where like you can't kill the enemies in PT, but it's still unsettling and spooky, and it gives you some good jumps. And...
I misspoke. I should not say, can I kill the enemy? It's, can I beat this part? So even if it's like I'm walking around just trying to get around something, and then you see me, that will scare me because I'm like, I am doing something that is affecting if I win or lose this.
Oh,
and
I
that's
see what you're saying.
terrifying.
If I'm
yeah.
just walking down a hallway and have no kind of
Right.
input, I just got to suffer it.
Right.
It's- okay.
It just happens
I see
to
what you
you,
mean.
then yeah. But because I was going to say the scariest part of Resident Evil 7 for me is when you are walking around in the same house as the big bad and trying to get to like the doors. It is fucking terrifying. But it is terrifying in the same way Alien was terrifying, where it's like, I need to find a way around this, not terrifying where it's like, I just got to walk through the hall. The 5 things are going to happen to me,
Yeah.
and then on I go.
The big naked boys in Outlast. So
Yeah.
now that I understand, I also misspoke. Yes, you do avoid the enemies.
Oh, okay.
You can.
Gotcha.
They chase you and get closer, and you can hear them coming, and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck, get away. And yeah, you
I
totally.
feel like we all got that all smoothed out.
It's scary, man. I have become. I'm gonna wrap this up real fast. I've become the type of person when I get scared now, for whatever reason, I just try to hit the deck. My gut reaction is like get as low as possible.
As a game player or character?
As a player in real life. When
Okay.
the scares happen and Matt Eads gets scared now
Yeah.
for whatever reason, he
Earthquake
tries to
protocol.
fucking hit the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get under a desk. Hold on to the leg.
It's tough because my headphone cord is like literally 3 feet long. So at home.
For me, okay, so Amber and I went to Dark at Fort Edmonds Park. Right? Sorry.
No, fuck him. Fuck him.
I didn't say anything.
Dark at Fort Edmonds Park. Did you guys hear about this?
Yes.
No, what is it?
It's like haunted houses that they have.
It's haunted houses, but it's all Fort Edmonton Park.
Yeah.
Which is like real from the 1800s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they say it's haunted as well in real life. Whatever.
Probably is.
Probably not.
Because I know that they're not gonna hurt me or they're gonna touch or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still the tension is there. We're walking through and I know something's gonna happen.
Loud
but I
noise
know
still
they're not
get
gonna.
ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just kind of just tense up like this because
That's a good one too. Yeah.
like nothing's gonna happen to me, but I just like, "Ugh,"
Yeah.
and then it happens. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
You guys should check that out like next time it happens.
But if you
next
knew
year.
if you got caught by one of those ghosts, they would kill you, and you don't remember when you saved last,
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
then you'd be scared.
The scariest thing of all. That spooky Halloween stream. It's October the 30th. It's the night before Halloween because y'all's out partying and trick or treating and doing stuff on Halloween. And then on Halloween night, this is going to be only for the Discord. this is a big secret because it's very illegal. We're gonna watch movies. We're gonna be on the Discord. I'm not gonna say how. We're all gonna watch a movie together. It's only gonna be on the Discord.
Be on the Discord.
Mum's the word. And then it's Extra Life on Saturday, November the 3rd. We'll be doing 24 hours of video games for the kids. We're raising money. I've raised $0 so far, and that fucking sucks ass.
I've
But
totally let it slip.
it's all going to Children's Miracle Network Hospital, Children's Hospital Miracle Network, whichever the order of those words go.
Our specific one goes to the Stollery Edmonton.
Stollery, local here in Edmonton. TalkingReckless.com/extra is where you can donate if that's something you can afford. It's all for the kids. We don't touch any of that money. 100% goes through the Children's Miracle Network. Hospitals? Yeah. Children's Hospital?
Just
Children's Miracles Network? Okay,
yeah.
the word hospital doesn't come in there.
Yeah.
And we'll be streaming 24 hours of video games starting 3 a.m. Mountain Standard the morning of Saturday, November the 3rd, going all the way around the horn. The Snake Eater Marathon is going on then. I don't know what else is going on then.
I'm going to play
Lots
Legend
of
of
stuff.
Zelda.
Oliver's going to play Legend of Zelda. We're going to try and get Legend of Zelda as 2018's 2017 Game of the Year.
I might pop in.
Brandon might pop in. Warren Barris will be there with us. He is the only one who has raised funds so far. I mean, the man has a radio platform to stand on. I don't know if he did, but that makes me feel better.
He thinks. I bet you he thinks you're just putting the belt. He's not putting the belt on the line, or you're not raising money until he puts the belt on the line, and then you're gonna.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Listen, this is serious. This is for the kids. This is for the kids. It has nothing to do with the belt. That said, he should put the belt on the line because it was up last year.
Speaking of the belt,
I put my belt on the line last year.
He left it here and hasn't even mentioned it since.
We caught it outside, and he's like, "Fuck, I left the belt." And I was like, "Just go grab what? Just go get it." And he's like, "No, it's too late. Kev's in bed." Yeah, you're right. You're right. Podcast.com. Write those in. Come join me every day of the week. TalkingReckless.com/live. Our brother wrestling show is the Sat Pod over at satpod.podbean.com. That's going to do it. Kevin, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Oliver Aguilar, Too Sweeting, thank you. Brandon Lynch.
I'm gonna go play Red Dead.
Yes, me too.
I'm gonna go watch Red Dead happen to me.
Turn this thing off and you at home go play some Red Dead. We'll meet back here in 7 days. We'll talk about it. It'll be the 240th episode of the Talking Reckless Podcast. Brothers and sisters. See you then.
I mean, there's probably not going to be a stream next week or a show next week, but
Sure.
Why wouldn't
There's
there be?
4 of us.
Oh, we'll do it at Extra Life like we did last year.
oh, that's right.
Yeah, we'll do it as part of our...
Forgot about
24 hours.
that. Forgot about
Breaks
that.
up the day.
The day is going to break itself up with all the.
We're gonna all break up on that day.
Yeah.
No, 3 a.m.'s the way to do it, Zach. We've been through the ringer a couple times, and starting in the middle of the night
Wiley
is...
vets.
Yeah. I've been through an Extra Life for doing my time.
You want to get it so you're up early and you're staying up late, but it never feels like you're staying up overnight.
I am planning a nap during that.
Are you planning on... Remember last year when you were like, I'm planning on getting drunk. I'm going to be so drunk at Extra Life.
As a man who got drunk the first Extra Life he ever did, it makes it exceptionally harder.
See, the thing is, last year I would have felt bad about falling asleep during the stream because I was raising money.
Yeah, and
This
you got
year-
DQ'd if you fell asleep.
Yeah, and you get DQ'd. This year I got no horse in the race, so.
Is it because you haven't been able to raise money? Like,
No,
you just
I
have
didn't
not
know whether or
signed up
not
for the...
I didn't know whether or not I was going to be able to come.
Right.
So
I
was
have
like,
not signed up or yeah.
I at least signed
Shit.
up.
I'm gonna sign up
Well,
and
that's
try to
just
raise
embarrassing,
this
man.
week.
Hit your work up real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, get all those fucking.
I mean,
Kevin might have it
used
right.
car
as soon
salesmen.
as soon as you get $1, you're fucking in.
Then you're in for 20. You
can't take a nap.
Can't take a nap.
You're not just there hanging
Oh
out
yeah,
with
no,
everyone.
that's true. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's totally I mean, I'm not gonna sleep anyways, but
I might come here after work because it's Saturday into Sunday or Friday into Saturday.
Saturday into
Saturday
Sunday.
into Sunday.
First-
All of Saturday and 3
sleep
hours of
here, and
Sunday.
then
I was gonna say I might come hang out, play video games, and then just sleep on the floor here and go to work and periodically wake up and
You're
see
a-
what you guys are doing.
fucking cowboy sleeping on the floor.
Oh, I slept in a bathtub once.
That's can't
I've
be
slept
comfortable.
on.
it is
I've
put
slept
up
on a
blankets and
bathtub.
pillows.
I've slept on the kitchen counter at my parents' house.
Didn't you prop up the couch and then sleep under that here?
Like a tent,
I actually sort of remember that.
like a
of,
fucking.
furniture being all upturned and someone making a fort or
The
something.
end of,
Upstairs,
New Year's.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, if it was
vaguely
the end of
remember
any
that.
New Year's show, it could have been. I don't remember it
Yeah.
though.
That wasn't actually
I think
Brand though.
Max
That
was
was
here.
his. That was Mr. Hyde was there.
That's right. Oh, that was a
You will
day.
donate to the drunkest? Yeah, tell them it's for the kids. Easy sell for the kids.
Yeah.
Easy sell.
They all have kids.
You know who you should talk to is Filipino people. They're very generous.
They are.
Get Will to offload one of those plants of his.
Also, get me some of those sausages you guys make.
Yeah. Yeah, and some of them sticky sweet rice balls while you're at it. I'm going to turn the stream off. We're going to go play Red Dead, y'all. Thanks very much for joining us. What are we doing tomorrow? I don't know. We'll be on. I think I have a thing planned.
All the God
yeah.
of Wars.
What are you doing tomorrow again?
Last of Us.
Last of Us. Fucking A. That's actually what I was thinking of.
forward to that.
We're just doing the regular, the huge. Come join us. We'll be on usual time.
Which
In the store?
Maybe we'll play a little more Hitman or something. I don't know.
have that.
We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks very much,
That
everybody.
originally. I'll
Ta-ta.
buy it for this.
I think I think it came with the...
With the okay,
yeah.
great. Super.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Before I go, I don't know who's all here.
It's very good.
Hey, listen, if you're a new friend and want to subscribe to this podcast, he's supposed to tell you where to find it, but I guess Robo's fucking off.
Have a little nap. Play
Yeah.
some Red Dead, old
We're on
Robo.
iTunes, we're on Google Play, we're on Spotify, we're on every single podcatcher in the universe. And it's a way cleaner show. It's got music.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. All right, now I'll turn it off. See everybody.
How are you going to do that thing on the 31st?